That sucks.
Lesbian.
I like that in a woman.
And every other kind of deviant.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass. And yeah, we're back. Where have you been?
It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful.
A bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program.
El virus.
The Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bat to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that back.
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy.
We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
What's hysterical?
Opie and Anthony show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Okay, terrific.
That's funny. I'm funny.
Mom! I'm not the Lord. I have to do this now. Mom, please stop calling me. Pointing at the breakfast. Can I have that cheese cereal? Okay. Pity the poor fool. Don't eat my cereal. It's impossible. I'm trying to tell you that. What do you want? You want the tears to come out of my eyes? Anyway.
And welcome to the Opie and Anthony program.
Hey, you guys.
Oh, dear Lord. Still one of my favorites right there. Yeah, Kelsey taking a spill. Yeah. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. I hope at this point you know what WOW is about. If you don't, very simple concept. Here we go again. Explaining WOW.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
how many
God.
times? How many times?
Let me plaster a smile on this face and run through this shit one more time for everybody. Thank you, Bill Hicks. Thank you. Whip 'em Out Wednesday. Yes, very easy concept. You get a WOW sticker. You can do that by going to opieandanthony.com. Basically, we want you to send in a self-addressed stamped envelope. You do that, one of our fine go-getters will send you a sticker immediately. All right? If you don't feel like doing that, you can make a homemade WOW sign. You can write it on the dirt in the back of your truck.
Right.
And basically what happens, ladies see these WOWs all over the highways, and they flash you. Or some will. And some will give you the finger and think you're disgusting.
But it will get a response.
It sure will, especially when you're driving to beaches in the summertime or a concert or like a sporting event when you're stuck in traffic. That's a perfect time to sport your wow, because the girls feel a little more festive in that environment.
A little more free. It's a little more easily accessible to get the breastises out.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I've seen a lot more wow stickers out there on the road these days. That's for sure.
It's building, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's
all
nice
the
to
trucks.
See.
Amazing.
All right.
See, when I drive in on the expressway and I'll see a truck and I'll kind of look over, see who's driving. Yeah.
Dude,
there he is.
I get excited.
One of ours.
I was gonna say I think I've talked about this before, but when I see a wow sticker on the highway, I'm beeping like a madman, going, "That's me!" And most of these guys look at me like I'm a raving lunatic.
Yeah, they have no clue.
Or I'm hoping for a flash or something. I'm like, "No, dick, that's me. That's what."
Show me your cock.
I have to get a sign for my car. Because it's getting a little weird, because I do beep a lot when I see these guys. Like, thanks for the support is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I need a sign that just says I'm Opie or something.
I'm Opie. Hi.
So they don't think I'm a freak. I just want to thank them for having a wow sticker in their car, that's all.
I think they'd think you were a freak if you held up a sign saying who you were driving anyway.
Yeah, true. Very true. All right.
Just got to kind of move on.
Here you go. What's M.O.? Missouri, maybe? No, M.O. is Montana. M.O. is...
No, M.O.'s
operation.
M.O.'s Missouri.
Why is M.O. Missouri?
Because M.S. is Mississippi.
What's M.I.? Michigan?
I think M.I. is Michigan.
Yeah, all right.
Isn't it?
I think so. I'm laughing. Could be Maine.
M.I.
M.N. is Minnesota.
M.A. is...
That's just...
What's Maine?
Why don't we just spell out the states? George, what's up?
What's Massachusetts?
Maine is M.E.
M.A. M.E. is Maine?
Yeah, and I think Minnesota's M.N.
Very good.
Montana's M.T.?
Why M.T.?
Montana?
Oh, I thought that was Mountain Time.
It could be, but it's just Montana, M.T.
All right. Well, George, what's going on?
Through all the M states there?
All right, wait a minute. Hold on. Where's this tsunami warning?
Oh, it was California.
Those fucking assholes. No one even knew what tsunami was until a few months back, and now that's the hot word to use on the news.
Tsunami.
That's the fear word for this month. Tsunami warning. What happened? There was an earthquake in California?
Earthquake, California, so they had some kind of a tsunami warning, but one never developed.
They've been having earthquakes in California since, I believe, the beginning of time!
And you never hear of tsunami warnings, and I don't think there's ever been a tsunami that they've had to worry about. That whole thing over there in Thailand, and that was one of those very rare occasions.
One of those perfect storm type
things. It was
things.
so huge, the earthquake, bigger than they even thought, and it opened up such a friggin' gap in the ocean floor that made a big wave like that. It doesn't happen that often.
So you
don't get the opportunity to write really clever song parodies about it very often. A tsunami.
Jesus. So they had this earthquake in California, and now they're telling everyone there's a tsunami warning, but now that has passed.
Yeah, that passed.
So they scared the shit out of millions of people in California with their new fear word, tsunami.
Tsunami.
And now it turns out there's no wave coming.
Nothing to worry about here. Move along. Good surf. Don't worry about it.
So California will not become Arizona Bay.
Mm-hmm. No.
Thank you, Bill Hicks, once again. I don't know why I'm on a Bill Hicks kick this morning.
I don't like when the news replays stories from earlier, sometimes from years ago, and puts the graphic up there like it's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just showed tsunami warning. They were showing a broadcast from yesterday and showing how there was a tsunami warning. And then you look without the sound on here in the studio, we look up sometimes and get all freaked out.
See?
That something's happening.
You wrecked my bit because I was going to abuse you and go, well, Anthony, most people watch TV with the sound up.
I know.
We have to do a radio show and take a peek and assume that what we're seeing on TV is happening.
Yeah.
What was the one the other day?
Yesterday. It said Learjet, private jet.
That was a Monday.
Yeah. Private jet with no one on controls, like no pilot controlling plane flying over Nebraska or something.
So we were ready to break into our radio program.
What is this?
It's just a 10-year anniversary of the Payne Stewart
Stewart. Yeah, that plane.
It was 10 years ago?
I think so, yeah.
I think, right? 10.
Why else would they have done it?
Yeah, no, you don't show that on like 5-year anniversary.
Not really.
That's a real 10-year. You got to acknowledge it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go back to Missouri.
With that story quickly,
yeah.
I watched it inside with the sound on. It was pretty interesting. And they had an interview with the F-16 fighter pilot that went up next to the plane to see what was going on. He pulled up as close as he can get, and they played his radio transmission back, and it was, wow, the cockpit and all the windows are just frosted over with ice. Like you couldn't even see in the cockpit. So when that's happening, you could rest assured there's nobody alive in that plane. Couldn't even see. Like, it would have been really creepy to just see the dead pilot and co-pilot in there, but
with icicles on his nose and stuff.
Yeah, all frozen. Like movie Frozen. Yeah,
all
white.
Why do you have to have an icicle on someone's nose in the movies to say, hey, that guy's frozen?
They all look like Nicholson at the end of the end of The Shining, sitting there.
Well, either they're all dead on that plane or they're having daiquiris.
Yeah, pretty creepy story.
What happened? The cabin pressure just dropped or left the plane?
Yeah, it left slow, though. Yeah, if it was one of those rapid decompressions, then they would have known what was going on. They could have thrown on their oxygen and gone to a lower altitude. But it happened so slow that they just slowly passed out. You just kind of get into you run out of air. You get euphoric, and then you just kind of pass out, and it's over, Johnny.
So they didn't know to put their masks on?
No, they must have reached a point where they felt a little disorientation, and then not knowing what's going on, and quickly they just went into some kind of euphoric state where you're just like on laughing gas, on nitrous.
Are you describing this show every day?
Yeah, that's this show. And then you pass out.
I'm like, are you describing the Payne Stewart or what
great.
happens on this program
on this
every
show.
day?
Yeah, you'll feel a little disoriented and slightly euphoric, and you'll pass out. And then listen to the replay.
Anthony, I think it was 1999.
It was 99?
Payne Stewart thing. So that was like, it was like 6 years ago.
What were they showing it for?
I don't know.
What could they possibly be doing a 6-year?
Stupid us assuming that it would be a 10-year thing.
It's October 29th, 99.
Right.
Why were they playing that? Now I gotta know.
I don't know. It was like like a 5.5-year look back.
It could not have been a look back. When I watched it inside, they were doing interviews with other people, so perhaps they just decided to revisit it and get interviews with people that were involved, looking back on it.
Yeah.
I don't know, because you sure can't figure out an anniversary for that.
Either that or they're doing a video of the funniest moments in golf.
Look at this one.
That's horrible. Trying to think if there's any other funny golf moments. Now you got me thinking.
Anytime anyone gets hit in the nuts.
Yeah. All right,
the Michael Douglas story. Remember that one? He got in trouble and had to pay off a bunch of money a few years back. Well, he teed off, and his ball goes flying. Apparently, he's a pretty good golfer, Michael Douglas. And he hit a caddy square in the sack, right in the sack, to the point where this guy had so much damage that later on they had to remove one of his testicles. He hit him. And Michael Douglas, there were other people around him, and the word got out that he said this. And he wound up having to pay this guy a settlement, and it was a big hoopla, and they really put the kibosh on the story quickly. He must have some good people. He started laughing and said, really? Oh, okay, we'll get to that later. He started laughing, and people around him heard him say, "Ha ha, I hit the nigger in the balls." Michael Douglas.
Is that an exact quote from him?
Yeah, that's an exact quote, and he was laughing at it, because obviously he hit some black gentleman. A caddy, and boy, there was an outrage and an uproar when he wound up paying out some money for that.
Oh, so you think it was more like he probably wouldn't have been able to sue him if he hadn't said that, but they probably didn't want that released.
He didn't want that released, so he squashed it quickly. Him, his people, a little bit of money you throw at the problem, and it goes away. But wow, if that is an hysterical golf moment.
A caddy?
A caddy. A caddy.
All right, why don't we go back to Missouri? I think that's where we started here. George in Missouri, what's up?
Hey, good morning, O&A.
Good morning,
George.
Little Jimmy, how you doing, man?
Fine, George. How are you?
Pretty good. Hey, well, I picked up some stickers when I saw when I saw you in Houston at the Houston Improv.
Okay.
And I put them on my truck. I'm a truck driver. And yesterday I got wild for the first time.
See, it works.
Yeah, it worked. I was driving down the road. Well, I just wanted to warn the other truckers, man. You gotta be careful because I was driving down the road and this girl pulls up next to me and she's playing with her titties and shit. She's playing with her nipples. And, I didn't know whether to look at the road or her titties. So I decided to look at her titties, and I almost ran her off the road.
Yeah, we want you to be careful out there.
Yes, very careful.
Yeah, don't kill the girl wowing.
Apparently it's the first U.S. Open at the same course. Payne Stewart won the U.S. Open at 6 years ago. And then Digger Dog from Whackback has another funny golf moment. When that Kennedy kid smashed that chick's skull in with a golf club. Sicko.
The Moxley Open.
The Moxley Open.
Derek had one too from the booth there. Derek, you want to say your own joke there? Oh, he's eating. When he's
that's it. Put the sign where we can't see the bottom line.
When he's done chewing.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to EJ and NJ.
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Yeah, I went through that rapid decompression thing for training for the Air Force.
Yeah.
It's the creepiest thing. You never know that you're losing all your oxygen until you put your oxygen mask back on because you start blacking out, you start laughing, everything's funny. And, they give you all this work to do, try writing your name, try doing simple addition. You can't do shit. Then all of a sudden, they put your oxygen back on. And you look at what you've read and everything, and all of a sudden color comes back. It's that you don't know what's going on at all.
Yeah, it screws your mind up so bad that those pilots must have just been sitting there and chuckling to each other as they're, getting that tunnel vision as the darkness creeps in from your peripheral, and then you're gone.
And you get to see nothing at all until finally they put it back on. They give you, they yell your name hey, put it back on. You're starting to freak out.
You'll freak out? No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
And in your mind, you're thinking, no, I'm not. What?
You can never tell what's going on. You're like, oh my God, I didn't realize until I put the oxygen back on.
Yeah.
You hope that the pilots didn't pass out first. And then there was maybe Payne Stewart, one of his friends, put the mask on and then realized this.
Oh God! Now what do you do?
Everything's frozen in here.
It's got a little chilly. You come with that dopey oxygen mask on, freezing your balls off.
If it was rapid decompression, they would have known because they gave us that too. And that's it's like getting punched in the face. It's like this wind smacks in the face and blows out your ears, and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. It's a big boom. The alarms are going off. Forget about it. Yeah, they would know. The pilots would know that, but. Yeah, the slow one is the one that'll get you.
All right, EJ.
I got nothing else, guys.
All right, peace.
They don't have monitors for that on a plane?
Yeah, you would think they would, but I guess at the whenever it started happening and the alarms went off, I guess they thought, ooh, party favors. Ooh. A little late.
I'm sure they have alarms now on those private jets. James in Illinois, what's up?
I just wanted to say hello, Mr. Norton, and congratulations. Can I call you Jimmy?
Thank you, yeah.
Well, it's about time someone called in and congratulated Jimmy Norton.
Oh, Jimmy, that was awesome. You just killed. I mean, you've got to be at the peak of your, whatever you want to do, that's got to be the tops. I mean, and just remember the little people when you get to Vegas after Wayne Newton, will you?
Thanks, fella.
All right, congratulations, man. You're great.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, James.
One of the best moments on that Leno appearance was when you were talking to what's her name there, Hillary Duff, real quickly, and you just went and then it was all uncomfortable the way you looked at her. That was such a great look of being all uncomfortable and nervous and turned away, and everyone just started laughing their asses off. Yeah.
Someone thought that I was shitting on her because she said something that a joke that didn't make it, but I didn't even hear what she said. She said something. She was just chatting, and I was just just being creepy. She was
you were being all creepy. It was great.
It was awesome. It was perfect.
She was very, very good sport about it.
Absolutely perfect. And now you're back here and.
That's where I want to be.
The XM studio with your pals Opie and Anthony.
Dude,
it's just like being on Jay Leno.
Yeah. Did we tell you about our Bravo appearance?
What was that?
We talked about superheroes and villains. Ugh. Oh, I watched some of those clips last night online.
Yeah.
Oh, what a waste of time. My God.
Do you remember when we filmed that, Jim?
I do.
Yeah.
The icy cockpit of Payne Stewart's plane had more energy.
We went over this.
than we had. I'm like, yeah, well, whatever.
We went over it yesterday, finally, Jimmy. Like, it aired a couple Sundays ago, I guess, or over Memorial Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And that following Tuesday or whenever we got back on the air, the phones went crazy, the email went crazy, instant feedback crazy. Are you guys going to talk about your Bravo appearance? And Anthony and I just made believe we didn't see anybody
Never
running
happened.
in, and we decided that we had way too much to get to actually talk about our Bravo appearance. But finally, yesterday, we got to it. We taped for 2.5 hours easily, maybe even longer, Ant. I mean, it was all afternoon. And I counted up our airtime yesterday. It was about a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was an awful minute and a half. No, it wasn't awful. It was how we described it yesterday, a who cares appearance.
Who cares?
It wasn't awful. It wasn't
moment.
good. It was just there.
Sam Smith from Jersey. What about Fuzzy Zeller and his fried chicken and watermelon comments to Tiger Woods?
Oh, yeah.
Another hysterical golf moment.
What about Derek's? You don't like Derek's?
I didn't see the sign.
Well,
the
go ahead, Derek.
It was John Daly.
Oh, right.
Shaking from alcohol withdrawal.
Right. There you go. An alcoholic trying to shake it off and play golf.
Yep.
That'll affect your swing.
All right. Let's go to Gabe in Jersey. Gabe.
Yeah, hey, dudes.
Hey.
I wanted to say that I saw the Bravo appearance. It's pretty cool because knowing, being a fan of the show for all these years, Anthony actually adds legitimacy to the whole thing because he's such a super geek,
Yeah.
But Opie is just eye candy. Sitting there with his little blonde locks.
Eye candy. I like traveling around with a little eye candy.
Yeah. I'll be completely honest. I had no business doing that appearance. They should have just had Anthony by himself. I was goofing on the guy that was interviewing us, goofing on the camera guys. I was just making a mockery of the whole thing and adding stuff when I could. But I was out of my league. I don't know much about that stuff.
It would be the same thing as if ESPN wanted us to comment on basketball.
Oh, yeah. I'd be all over that.
And I'd be sitting there. I don't know anything about basketball, and Opie knows a lot about it.
Wait, were you guys watching? It was like watching. You were commenting on footage, right?
It was
No footage.
It was what every damn show's now doing. The panels thing. You get C-list.
They tell you, what do you think about Darth Vader?
Yeah.
Go.
To talk about shit.
Darth Vader, villain. Go.
Did you have it in advance? The information?
No.
No, but
that's the difference. I would never do that without information.
No.
In advance. Never.
Is that what we do now, Jimmy?
Always.
See, Jimmy knows. He's been on Leno.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Stop
that's
it.
funny.
Jimmy's going to hold our hand through
all our TV appearances.
Through the next stage of our careers as well.
Dude, I've done those before. Those are not as easy. They look easy, but you realize there's 500 comments you make. 10 are good. That's the way it is. They edit everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always get them in advance. Even the videos, I won't do it without. They wanted me. Nick DiPaolo has a show on VH1. And I love Nick, but they wanted me to do the show one time. It was like a last-minute thing someone canceled. I'm like, well, can I get the videos? They're like, we won't have time. I'm like, I'll have to do it next time. Because it won't come out right. You got to at least have one time to look through it, get your thoughts.
Yeah.
All the unfunny ideas. That would have sucked. Why would I
get
say
that sorted out before you go on there.
Oh, dude, you always get the stuff first.
Yeah.
All right.
See? Live and learn, Opie.
There you go. Gabe, did you have another comment?
Yeah, I've got a couple other funny golf moments.
All right.
One, when George Bush, the president, nailed someone right off the tee.
Was that Ford or was it Bush? It was.
I think it was Bush.
Okay.
And then when John Daly turned around on the tee box and golfed and drove right over the crowd's head.
He did that once?
Psycho.
Yeah, he's great. I love
He didn't hit
watching.
anyone, but, think about it. At the time, he was like the biggest golfer, and, he's known for how far he hits the ball, and he just turned around and wailed one over the crowd.
I love watching that guy.
Immediately ejected.
Yeah, cool. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's go to Virginia Beach and say hi to Mark. Mark?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony program.
It's just peachy to be here. Hey, I caught the virus on premium, and now I'm contagious as hell.
Thanks, Mark.
Trying to share it down here in Virginia Beach.
Cool.
Jimmy, you were you're awesome on TV the other night, man.
Oh, thank you,
Fantastic job.
Thanks, bud.
Boss is coming down here to a new comedy club down at the beach, and kind of hoping you'd get an appearance down here as well. Just opened up.
I'm doing the State Theater in Falls Church, Virginia, the 25th, I think, or 26th.
Okay, up Northern Virginia, D.C. area.
Oh, you're farther south?
Yeah, down Virginia Beach.
Okay.
Look at people requesting Jimmy to come to their town now.
Well, that's what's going to happen.
Like a traveling minstrel show.
Jimmy's blowing up right in front of our eyes.
We got a little shoe polish on the old face.
There you go.
Mammy, how I love you. How I love you.
How was the flight home, Jimmy?
It was actually good, uneventful.
That's how you want it.
Yeah, nice, boring flight.
No frozen flight deck or...
Yeah, no giggling.
No giggling in the cockpit before you get a little chill. Can I have a blanket, please? Ooh, burr.
A blanket.
The ice scraper to look out the window. Ooh, what's happening up there?
Yeah. Flying out there, I was talking to the guys in the dress in the office. Jesus.
Listen to him. He's all Jay Leno'd out.
He doesn't know.
Oh, the dressing, the green room. Oh, the friggin' office.
When I was having my makeup out, looking at Ben's cock.
Yeah, it's just like like I said, we should do a comparison today. Our show compared to Jay Leno.
Yeah.
You at Leno, you get a nice green room.
They probably bring you in like a gift basket of something.
The host actually talks to you before the show.
Well, I actually they gave me these weird stadium seat warmers from the Tonight Show, like with a little heating pad, like the little seat warmers.
Really?
Yeah, it's like just to bring beer or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was good. What was I going to say?
Well, I was just comparing the two. It's pretty funny if you think about it. Because, like, you walked in today and everyone congratulated you, and then you sat at your desk and went through your Buttman collection of magazines. That's just like it being on the Leno show.
Oh, just like it.
I think you were going to talk about the flight out to L.A.
I felt like such a hack even in life, even talking about this. But there was a fat lady next to me. I honestly thought I was going to have an air rage incident. Like beyond being funny. This fat... I hate... fucking fat people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Dude, I swear to God, it was beyond, like, comedically joking. Mm-hmm. I had the emergency row. Like, when you walk onto a plane, you have all that space by that one first seat there in coach. Right. I was in coach both ways.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's fine.
That'll hurt.
Yeah, I didn't mind mingling with the folks, getting to know people. What is it you guys do? I had no idea what they did in the second part of the plane.
The rowers.
Yeah.
And, I had all this leg room, and this fat lady who was like an unapologetically fat lady, like just...
Yeah, hey, if you're fat and you're on a plane, you better be one cordial fat person. You better be very accommodating to everyone. And realize, you know what they have to do? They have to realize that you are an inconvenience to people.
Yes.
And you must go out of your way now to minimize that inconvenience.
Really fast, I was flying to Orlando recently for my nephew's high school graduation. And I was I'm the guy that has to be on the plane just about last. I don't want to sit on a plane for 20, 30 minutes because you're going to fly for a while and sit anyway. So I wait to where they're looking around like anyone else, and then I finally go. So I get on the plane pretty late, and I'm walking down the aisle in front of another person that was, last minute traveler. Really fat lady, okay?
Oh, boy.
And I swear to you, because I'm behind her, I'm watching everyone's face as she's walking down the aisle going, oh, and there are empty seats because it's not a full flight.
Don't sit next to me.
That's the key to the story, because usually if there's only one empty seat and a fat lady's coming, you're screwed.
Yeah.
But in this case, there were enough empty seats where you could see in their eyes going, oh, my God, please, not me, because it's like a 3-hour flight to Orlando. And sure enough, she got the middle seat, and these two guys were so openly bummed on either side of her, because it wasn't that she was just fat and she was going to be snug. She could barely fit in her seat, and I'm telling you, there was like fat spilling over.
Because they sit down, they squeeze in there, but then the rest of it is hanging over. Their shoulders are in your, it's in your seat. It's in your seat.
The lunch lady arms just flapping.
Yeah, flapping. But if God forbid, now you got to get out and take a leak and crawl over it.
But the looks from these people going, oh, my God, is it going to be me? You just saw it in their eyes, and they were all just... And finally she sat down and wrecked these two people's their trip to Orlando.
Your whole flight.
I laughed going to Orlando. This was Los Angeles.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh,
to
my
Orlando
God.
and back.
Yeah.
And it sometimes you feel bad for someone. Like, look, I know this is your own food addiction, but you do feel bad. Like, I know this has got to be embarrassing for you to have to, because you're inconveniencing people.
That's why they should just minimize the inconvenience by being nice and
Absolutely.
giving.
They should just wear a little sign on the front that says, the shirt should say oink oink, and on the back it should say, I'm sorry.
Hey, get your oink oink I'm sorry t-shirts.
That's right.
Going to be handing those out.
Your official Opie and Anthony t-shirt.
You know, I've had a bad ankle for a while. I think I have a sprained ankle. I think that's the problem. And she banged her knapsack. She had a knapsack, a pillow, like a big, like a red and orange pillow, and a little, like a shopping bag, like a plastic shopping bag with food in it, matzah, and cheese and crackers. and she was so fat she couldn't sit into a seat. She had to line up her fat pig back and then kind of collapse back into the seat.
Fall
you ever see a
into
fat
it.
person that can't sit?
They have to
collapse into it.
Yeah, and then everything could get
So like
pushed into
dock
the seat.
with the seat. Yeah, line it up and then just go. We have contact. We have docked.
Oh, that's great. That's right, you fat cosmonaut.
Spaceship. Oh, that's classic.
And she was sitting there, and I was getting to the point where I started to mumble things. Like I had my headphones on, and I actually started going, "You fat fuck, you fat pig," because she fell asleep. Of course, the fat slobs always fall right asleep, and her open mouth. I was elbowing her. Like, almost aggressively getting physical with her, and I really thought I was going to have an air rage incident. There was one point where I wanted to just lean over and bite her. She was like, her fat arm was in my place, and the rage...
that's sinking your teeth into it and just... Grr!
At you fucking slob. The nerve of you to treat yourself like that and then inconvenience... I mean, if somebody fat... call up and explain to me what goes through your head, because I felt bad being such a scumbag. Like, I know that you're human beings, and it's got to be embarrassing. You know you're inconveniencing people.
How about a John Candy-like smile and a hi, how are you? And almost the face that looks like, I'm sorry I'm like this. I'm sorry I'm inconveniencing you. It can be done with a look. Yeah. It really can. Where they look over and go, hi. Yeah, I'm sitting here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. And you know they're saying, look, I'm fat. I'm ruining your flight. I have to get from point A to point B, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A bus was out of the question.
Trust me, my life is miserable.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah, believe me.
I'm
after
sorry,
you get
my
off this
miserable
plane,
life is going to inconvenience you for 5 hours, but I have to live like this my entire life.
We will both leave this plane. You will soon forget about this. And I have to live this.
I still have to be a fat
every minute of the day,
just ruining people as I walk.
You're going to be on the Tonight Show.
Right.
I'm going to be a fat fuck.
It was her arrogance and her lack of, like, she bumped into my bad foot twice with her book bag. She had to go in the back and put her bag in because she came on last minute. And then she sits there and she's got the pillow bumping into me and her bag everything's touching me, and I hate being fucking touched.
Yeah.
I really don't want it. It's like,
you.
You stay in your space, I'll stay in my space. But she was in my space, and it made me have rage, man. Like, for real rage. I wanted to smack her in the fucking mouth. An open-handed, like, cup smack right against her fat, matzo-eating mouth. She had a bag of matzahs. Hey, stop eating carbohydrates, you fat fuck.
And with cheese also?
Oh, of course. God forbid she yanks out an Atkins snack. God forbid she yanks out maybe a piece of fruit.
Some fruit.
God forbid.
There's got to be cheese involved with everything.
Yeah, because that's glands. You know, that's your glands, by the way, when you decide to eat cheese instead of a fucking apple. You know, I can't help myself. Really? You can't stop shoveling it in? You lonely fucking molestation cover-upper.
Even on the plane.
Yeah, that's why.
Even on the plane, got to bring our own food.
I'm with you. I'm not buying that. I can't help myself.
No.
They can't help themselves, but you see them in the supermarket going to the Entenmann's aisle or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of the fruit and vegetable aisle.
I saw that in the drugstore, one of the Rite Aids, the other day. I was in there, and a couple of girls come in, and they're really heavy, big, fat asses. And right by the register is all that impulse buying stuff. Mm-hmm. And they were picking up Entenmann's cakes, like this berry-filled friggin' strudel thing and other thing. And then they're talking to each other like, oh, boy, I know what this is going to do to me. Well, put it down. Nope. Shoveled it right in her face before she even paid for it. When you have to take your fat ass up to the register and hand the woman an empty piece of cellophane with the price on it so she can go beep and scan it because you couldn't wait to leave the store before you eat,
you may have a problem.
There's just empty stuff that she's just empty boxes and papers. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm good. What do I owe you? It's not a restaurant.
You might be a fat ass.
Well, it's just aggravating because it's like I read an article. Some guy was saying, well, "Why is it we're so comfortable attacking people's smoking addictions?" Mm-hmm. He said that we were at a table at a dinner, and like they were talking about some guy who smokes at the table. He wasn't smoking at the moment, but they're like, you got to quit smoking. It's so bad for you. And he's like, yeah, I know, and he's kind of like got that, oh shucks, I am a guilty smoker. Why do you never see somebody attacking someone who's fat? Like, or other addictions. Like, look at you. Why don't you stop eating? Like, why is that an acceptable addiction to attack? And I know food's a necessity and cigarettes, so I know all that. But why is one acceptable and not the other? Why are you a bad guy if you tell somebody stop eating? Or if she was eating celery, or had yanked out some just like, crackers because she thinks they're healthier, I was eating celery and fruit, I would have had half the anger. Like, at least this poor almost genderless creature who is attempting to do something for herself.
Almost genderless, huh?
Yeah, she was almost to the point of so fat you have to guess at what's between the legs.
What it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that about, like, fat? That kind of... It messes up everything where you can't quite tell, man or woman.
The fat, like anything sensual or masculine or feminine about a face just becomes cherubish and round and John Panettish.
Yeah, you just can't quite figure it out. Yeah, if she would have been trying, you'd have said, well, obviously there's a problem there or something she can't control. But when you're coming on with matzah and cheese and...
Or a little apologetic, like, hey, when you get drunk on a plane, I'm an alkie. If you get drunk on a plane and you're abusive and obnoxious to the person next to you, they're not going to go, hey, look, this person has an addiction, I should feel some empathy. They're going to go, you fucking drunk, shut your fucking mouth.
Shut up.
That's the way it is with this. Get out of my space.
You got to try to talk them into leaving the plane when they're drunk. Yeah. The door's right there, Pally.
Yeah, just go ahead. I dare
Leave.
You.
Let's go to Seattle. Jeff?
Yo.
What's up, Jeff?
How's it going, fellas? O&A? Angel, how you doing?
Hi, Jeff.
Nice to talk to you guys. Hey, you know, the big problem with these airlines, man, you can have a 50-pound bag, right, and you won't get charged a thing. You end up with a 55-pound bag, you get some sort of extra charge.
$25.
Yeah, something like 25.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, anyway, I'm about $1.60 and 6'2". You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm pretty slim.
I'll say.
I can go up with a 55-pound bag, get a $25 charge, but the lady behind me, she weighs 300 pounds, and she's 5'5".
Well, it seems like... I'm sorry to interrupt you, buddy. I know it seems like none of the airlines have the balls to sell... What they're supposed to do, like in line with what you're saying, is sell 2 seats to the person. And Southwest did that with those monstrosities that got on the plane. Who cares that there's a bit about that on Yellow Discipline? Yeah, absolutely. But what they should do, all the airlines are too embarrassed, and they're probably so afraid of going, you have to pay for 2 seats, and then all of a sudden being sued.
Right, they
and
would
going,
be.
oh, my God, you weren't fat enough to say that to? Oh, my God, that was discriminatory. The American with Disabilities Act. Nick DiPaolo, I'll quote him, has the funniest joke about the American with Disabilities Act applying to fat people. He said, if you're missing a limb, you're disabled. If you're missing a cheesecake, you're full.
Such hatred comes out of that crooked mouth. I love it.
God, is that a fucking brilliant joke?
Let's go to Pete in Kansas. Pete, what's going on today?
Hi, guys. Hey, before we get to slamming me too hard here, Jimmy, you were awesome.
Oh,
you're going to be a huge, huge star, man.
Thanks, mister.
Hey, I am the big fat fuck on the airplane. And, you know, the first thing I do, and I'm dead serious about this, I'll look at the person who's unfortunate enough to sit next to me and say, man, I am really sorry.
Just got to apologize everywhere you go.
Oh, you bet, man.
How do they usually respond to that?
That most 99% of the time they say, "Oh man, don't worry about it." But you know, you can see it in their face, like, "Oh man, my flight is just trash."
I'm sorry to laugh at you, man.
It's just ruined.
I love your honesty, though.
You start looking around too at the exit and thinking, "How am I going to get over this fat fuck? I'm going to have to go over the seat in front of me if we need to get out of this thing."
Hey, dude, do you do this? This is one thing that made me feel a little bit for her. Like, I did want to kind of cut her throat, but then I started to think, like, she brought a pillow with her, and I noticed that, because I guess her arms, I guess someone that fat knows if you hang your arms on the side, you're going to be completely, in someone's lap. So she would kind of lock her arms around the pillow. It was almost like she brought the pillow so she could keep her arms in front of herself and be less in someone else's seat.
Oh, really?
I cross my arms intentionally to try to keep as much space, away from you as I can.
Sweat and stench that must be under those pits being closed and arms folded for an entire flight.
I also apply extra care in the morning before that.
Yeah. How do you eat? Do you eat on a tray? Because she couldn't take her food thing down because there was no seats in front of us. So hers was like one of those arm ones that opens up and folds in front of you.
That ain't gonna happen. She ain't gonna be able to pull that in front of her.
Well, I'm not. Let me preface this. I played football for 14 years, so I mean I'm big anyway. So I mean I just gained a lot of weight,
right?
Because I kept eating after I played ball, and so I'm not flowing over like some of these people are.
Flowing over.
Hey, Pete, how much do you weigh, just so we got the visual here?
I'm 325.
All right, that's big.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot, 325.
You know, you can't go to, like, sporting events or concerts, right? Because, I mean, those seats are even smaller.
No, I go to hockey games,
Yeah.
Colorado Avalanche games.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of problem there. But then again, those things, you aren't sitting in your seat.
No?
How do you get into the hockey games? You just tell them you're the Zamboni?
I am the Zamboni.
All right. Hey, Pete, thanks for your honesty today, all right?
Hey, anything for the show.
All right, there he goes, Pete in Kansas.
And that would have taken some of the anger away, that like, hey, sorry. If you're inconveniencing somebody and you do that, it's kind of hard to be mad at somebody that you know is uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Patrice once told me, you learn when you're that big, because he's a tall guy, too. He's like, you learn how to be uncomfortable. Even in my car, like, because he's 6'3" or whatever, he's like, you just learn how to live uncomfortably. So like, you kind of feel bad, too.
It's the big guy like Patrice. It's the guy that sits in front of me in the movies, too.
Yeah.
In the movie theater. It's like, if you're a tall person in the movie theater, how could you just plunk down in front of someone that's already sitting down without thinking about it? Like, can't you get if you're a big guy and you're going to the movies, I think in order to be not inconvenience people, you should get there early, find a seat, and sit in it. And that way, whoever sits behind you, it's their friggin' problem, you know? You just go in, and then you can look and go, well, I'm not sitting there. But they just plop down in front of you, and it's like, well, there we go. I just paid $9 to look at the back of this mutant's head.
I'm average size, maybe just under 6, maybe 5, whatever. And when I go to the movie theater, I always make sure I don't sit in front of anyone.
No, don't sit in front of anybody. And I scrunch down.
And I scrunch down to begin with, but I still will make sure there's no one behind me.
Yeah, you get people that just plop down in front of you like, okay, great.
Well, because it's all about them. There's so many people in this world, they just think it's all about them.
All about them.
No one else is living on the same...
It's a guy in the left lane of the Long Island Expressway. Left lane. There isn't a car in front of him for like a mile. There's no one in front of him. There's pretty heavy traffic. He's doing the exact same speed as the guy in the middle lane, who's doing the same speed as the guy in the right lane, making a virtual blockade. Now, there's no one in front of him. Does he look in the rearview mirror and think, wow, there's about 100 cars in a parade behind me. I'm in the left lane, and there's absolutely no one in front of me. Perhaps I am the cork here.
Yep.
I'm the guy stopping things up. Maybe if I move out of the way, this parade will be able to go forward. They don't even think like that. They never look in the mirror.
Yeah.
They just don't think like that.
Self-centered asses.
It's and me, meanwhile, I'm constantly, man, my eyes are scanning the mirrors. I'm looking, and I go a pretty good clip in the left lane. If I see somebody coming up on my ass, they don't even have to slow down.
Nope.
I'm over, they pass, and then I'm back in.
It's the
on
game
my
you
way.
play. I go easily 80 in the left-hand lane, but if someone's going 85 behind me, hey, you
go
win.
ahead.
I'm out.
No
I'm
problem.
out of your way, buddy.
No problem.
I'm not gonna be sitting there like, no, you shouldn't be going more than 80.
The asshole also that's doing like maybe 75, so he's going faster than the speed limit.
Right.
And then you go around him to pass him in the middle lane, and because I want to do 80.
Right.
And he starts speeding up like, no, you're not getting in front. Why? Believe me, you'll see my taillights for a couple of seconds. But they don't want you to pass them. Because I got to be first.
Oh, no, I had a thought. Oh, it was a good one, too. Not a funny one, just a good one.
Just hope there's one of those wooden crosses and flowers with his name on it around a pole up the road somewhere. Can we stop with the roadside memorials? The depressing friggin' roadside memorials?
Yeah, highways.
Do we need to be reminded of our mortality as we're driving down the road by seeing some impromptu grave on the side of the road?
Highways are depressing to begin with.
Oh, my God.
Unless you're driving from, I don't know, like L.A. to San
Oh.
Francisco, beautiful coastline drive or something.
That's what I
It's
want.
pretty depressing to begin with, and you got to see that shit.
I want to cross the size that Christ dragged through the street on the side of a pole with stuffed animals so I know children were involved. Little flowers. Like, you start looking, you could build the whole story in your head of what happened. All right, it was a minivan, 6 children on board.
Right.
All dead.
God, that is funny.
I don't want to see them.
Well, it used to be that it was just every once in a while you see one. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
that was kind of a nice gesture. Then, you don't think about it. But you're so right.
Yeah.
It's every highway. It's almost every mile.
It's not a friggin' Learjet that plowed into the ground they couldn't find a body for, that you need a rock there with their names on it. I'm sure you had an accident. There's a grave somewhere. Put flowers there. Leave our highways alone.
And who's stopping in the shoulder and opening the trunk and taking a stuffed animal out and putting it on the shoulder?
Putting it there. Putting the cross up. It's always right next to that tree with the big gouge taken out of it. Enough.
Right.
Enough. If I see a tree with a big bite taken out of it, I'll assume it wasn't a brontosaurus. I'll assume a car smashed into it, and there may have been a few bathers were injured. But there may have been some injuries involved.
See, I'll actually get out and take some of those stuffed animals and then just I used to give them to my nephew. Happy birthday,
Happy
Nick.
birthday, little guy.
Why is it wet? Was someone crying on it? I don't know.
Oof. Horrible. Right. Enough. Stop with the roadside graves.
Let's see. Let's go to Robert in Wisconsin. Robert, what's going on today?
Oh, nothing. I was on a flight from Dallas to Mobile, Alabama on one of those little planes, like it holds 20 people. And that's when I figured I had to lose some weight because the guy I was sitting next to, he was a little bitty fella, and I was 5'11", 320 pounds. And he basically cussed me like a dog every time my arm crossed the center of the little armrest there.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was...
What would he say to you?
Oh, he just, stuff like, oh, you fat ass. And, I mean, he was half drunk, and he was just being brutal, just embarrassing the shit out of me. And that's, when I decided it was time to lose weight.
You were in his territory, man. Once you cross over that armrest, that's it.
Yeah.
Now you're in his zone. I paid for the seat. Yeah. I don't want your big fat elbow in it.
And I look at the flight attendant, not to interrupt you, I looked at the flight attendant, because the lady was sleeping at one point, and her fat, awful meat face is right by. It was like a meatloaf with an open mouth on it, just right in my head. And she's leaning over, and I look at the flight attendant, and instead of the flight attendant looks at me like, yeah. It's like, well, I'm not. What's funny about this, bitch? Am I getting money back? I mean, I know on Continental, I don't know how American Airlines is. The seats are very small in coach, and this is where the airlines are such scumbags.
Yeah.
It's like, do you need to squeeze us for every fucking dollar?
Yeah, take a couple of seats out and spread this shit out.
Almighty, do you have to? As a corporation, can you for once think about doing the right thing?
Yeah. Put some on the roof of the plane and strap some more seats up there.
Yeah, maybe
maybe
put some seats in the cargo thing for the fat people and a little bit of hay. They can eat all they want.
A couple of Africans shoved into the landing gear.
Yeah, you said.
All right, we'll take one more call.
Whatever it takes.
Let's go to Charlie. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, guys, what's happening?
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Jimmy. Ooh. Good job the other night.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, I'm one of those big fat fucks that you guys are talking about. I purposely don't go on any flights at all now. I mean, there's places I'd like to go, and right now, because of my size, I can't even think about getting on a plane.
How big are you?
I'm big. I'm about 6 foot and weigh a lot more than the other 6-footer you had.
Well, how much do you weigh? How much do you weigh? We don't know you.
I'm about 5.
All right, so you watch the Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
Why don't you do something? Get stomach stapling, man.
No, actually, I'm working on something right now, and to the point that you were making earlier, I think Jim, you said it, that these people that say they can't control themselves, that's a lot of bullshit. I mean, people can control themselves as far as eating when they want to, and when they feel they need to do it. And anybody that says they can't do it or they can't help themselves, they're just full of shit. They're fooling themselves, and they're fooling everybody else around them. So, I thought about the stomach stapling or one of those types of surgeries, and there's just too much about it that scares me that I don't want to try. I know people who've done it, and I'd rather just try to do it on my own, do it the right way, because the bottom line is, even if I get stomach stapling, it's not going to change, it's going to drastically change the way I have to eat, but it's not going to really teach me anything. I need to do it the right way.
It might. The only thing I could say is it might teach you something, because actions are what counts. So if all of a sudden you're forced to eat a certain way, I mean, I don't know. I've never been, obese. I mean, but I should be the way I eat and the type of addictive personality. So I certainly have empathy for people who are huge.
We're not talking about chubby or slightly overweight here either. This is like
hard
just
to do.
Obese. Yeah.
It's hard to do.
You got to do something about it.
Because you always think like this, you're not going to see results for a while. So you're like, who cares? It's like this thing that just is, fuck it, it'll never work for me. Dude, if you're 500 pounds, you should definitely do something.
We got an expert right here in the studio.
Ooh. That's right.
Martini Steve.
That's right. We need an expert on somebody who's fucking almost 6 foot.
Yeah.
Martini Steve had his stomach stapled. I look at some old pictures sometimes.
Chewing tobacco pouch stomach.
Oh, yeah.
On FoundryMusic.com, and I cannot remember you being that big when I see some of these old pictures.
I carry an old ID with me all the time so I can look at it and remember what a fat mess I used to be.
Yeah, Steve had his stomach stapled. How much have you lost?
Total was 135 pounds, I think.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because he's still a big guy. But I mean,
I still weigh 270 pounds right now. So
you want to lose 400?
I would, easily 400. But I was working out all the time, so I worked out. I just ate like a frigging maniac. I ate too much. And
there was a time that Anthony and I counted on Steve to protect us.
Yeah.
And then he got his stomach stapled, and it was great for him, but he was shrinking by the day, and we were feeling more and more insecure by the day.
He doesn't get too small.
Yeah.
No, he's still a big guy. You wouldn't screw with Steve.
I still wouldn't mess with him, but I mean, there was obviously wouldn't mess with him. But I mean, there was a presence about him when he was 400 pounds. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck would ever take a shot at this guy? And then you start shrinking. I'm like,
you shrivel up.
Maybe we should call that Club Soda Kenny guy.
You can't move when you're that big. You can't really. You can't move fast. You're always sweating. Not to mention the stigma. I mean, when you're fat, like Jimmy was saying about Patrice, you just learn to be uncomfortable all the time. You learn to be, to feel like everybody's looking at you as the fat, out of control mess in the room.
Yeah.
And that, even if that's not what they're thinking, that's what you're thinking. In the back of your mind is, I'm the fat guy in the room. I'm the fat, out of control mess who can't control the rate at which the spoon hits his mouth. And excuse me.
You all right?
What?
You all right?
I'm lovely.
All right.
Thank you. Sorry.
Ramon, bring me a cough drop.
But but the stomach stapling is one option. But it
you should have your kitchen stapled.
But
you still have the addiction to eat, right?
Yeah, well, I was going to say it kills the capacity to overeat. Doesn't kill the addiction, So you risk jumping addictions, So you might pick up booze, or you might.
You might.
Hence martini.
You all right?
Exactly.
You okay?
Something went down on
You sure?
Yeah. I'm lovely. Thank you, Jimmy. So you.
Ramon, bring me a lozenge.
You went with the lozenge. Very good. Very tough word to say, Jimmy. Not many people can get that word right.
But the level of what they call recidivism, which is people gaining all the weight back.
Of what?
Of what?
Recidivism.
Oh, good, because a lot of people would have said recidivism.
Oh.
Is it really recidivism?
No, not at all. When you're a reoffender, you mean?
Oh.
Recidivism. I'm almost positive. Am I correct, Anthony?
I don't know. I'm giving that one up.
I've been mispronouncing that for 4 years now.
Recidivism, yeah.
It went over everyone's head out there. So
not recidivism.
Maybe 4% of the audience went, that ass just mispronounced that word.
Well, can somebody look up recidivism? I'm almost positive, because they say child molesters have a high recidivism rate. I could be incorrect. I probably don't.
Recidivism.
Yeah, it is correct.
Is it really?
Right?
It's recidivism.
Yeah, of course. So you've been saying that wrong.
I've been saying
Ramon, bring me a dictionary.
Made up your own word.
That's all right. Who cares? You take a D, you put a C.
Why not?
Recidivism.
Ain't that right, Steve V?
That's right.
Well, Steve just wanted to feel smart.
I know.
I really did.
Throwing out those big words for everyone.
Recidivism. That means I become a citizen over and over again. Okay.
High incidence of racism.
Oh, such an asshole.
No, it happens. Don't be so hard on yourself.
No.
But it kills the capacity. It just doesn't kill the addiction. So you wind up jumping around to different things and. Okay. I got it.
Well, are you going to do anything? Like, did you try any type of thing to figure out what it was? Because overeating is like drinking or whatever it is. Like, there's a reason for it. But what's happening with little Steve in there?
What?
What's happening?
The same reason, like a lot of people overeat. It's probably brought on by the fact that you want to make yourself huge to keep everybody away from you.
Wow. That is a fat Steve picture up on Foundry.
Let me say,
that is amazing. I forgot that you used to look
Look
like that.
at the size of you.
Ramon, bring me repressed memories.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that was from the Tito Ortiz thing. Tito Ortiz strangled me in 12 seconds when I was 400 pounds.
Yeah.
All right. Very good, Steve.
Jeez.
Thank you very much.
You feel better, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot. A lot. I mean, you can, all of a sudden you can fit in one seat. You can All right.
Enough.
All right.
Ramon, bring me some self-confidence.
Ramon, bring me the ability to plow through this.
Let's go to Brian in California.
Good morning, guys.
We have big balls to make fun of him, man. He can squash us like a grape.
You just can't be scared of a guy in child shorts. I'm sorry. As much as Steve could knock my teeth out, I can't be afraid of a man in fucking child shorts.
What? Triple X Garanimals.
Why are they child shorts? What is
I
so
don't know.
wrong about these?
It's just because they're like past your little knees.
Are you going to summer camp today?
Hey, Spanky.
Those are very roomy, comfortable shorts.
No, those are not bad
Roomy.
shorts. Yeah, big through the hips for a roomie.
Roomy.
Big shorts.
Oh, God. A lot of fun already today. Brian in California, what's up?
Hey, yeah, I did the gastric bypass, too, and it's made a total change for me already, even being 8 months out already. But I was right up there, too. I weighed about 430, and I'm down 130 pounds, too. It's a big change, and it's definitely not for everybody. You know, there's lots of stuff you have to deal with, and you guy knows all about it, because he's saying the same things that I was going to tell you, too. It's just... it's a big change. You got to go through having to deal with what you can eat, what you can't eat. A lot of people have problems with dumping, when you try to put a little sugar in your system, and all of a sudden you're puking, getting hot flashes, and got diarrhea all at the same time.
Hot.
Yeah, well, people have to realize their addiction is going to be, they're going to have to change their addiction.
It is. My girlfriend, she did it, too. She did it a year ago, and she's going right back to the way that she was doing before, and I'm hoping not to fall in the same category. But
Your girlfriend was a big fatty, too?
Well, she weighed about 310.
Yeah.
So the answer to that question would be yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's
unequivocal. Yes.
Yeah, she's still a good girl though, but yeah, I don't regret it, and the fact that I'm still young. You know, I've seen people that did it when they're in their 40s and 50s, and they get lots of complications. So.
What are you going to do if you lose weight and she goes right back onto the place she was?
Oh shit, she's out of there.
Oh, good.
Actually, she's almost out of there now. So. But that's a different story. Yeah, I don't regret it. I'm about 40 pounds away from my goal, and that's 250.
All right. Well, very
good luck, buddy.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. You guys have a good one.
I just couldn't go there. Sorry.
I thought you were gonna.
I know. I couldn't do it to
where?
the guy. Well, he says that he, dealt with his bigness, and I was going to go, when are you going to deal with your homosexuality?
He did sound like a bit of a smoker. She is almost out of there. Just gets rid of that awful thing with teeth between her legs.
Dave in Boston.
The dirty spot.
Boys, sweet tits.
Home of Bernie and Phil. What's up, Dave?
I gotta send you guys those commercials.
Bernie and Phil.
We got a couple Bernie and Phil commercials. They're not the best ones.
The second one's really
now
good
they got
that
their
you played.
kids on there doing the commercials too.
Yeah. So what's up there, Dave?
This morning I was watching Channel 7 News. The Viacom split. They had a clip of you guys on there with Stern.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What did Viacom split exactly?
From my understanding, I mean, I was half asleep, but I mean, Viacom split to something like CBS, blah blah blah. I don't know.
I think did they spin off Infinity? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I believe it is.
They're spinning off Infinity and making it part of their some of the TV things they have.
Yeah, it looks like they had a departing shot of you guys leaving the studio or something like that.
Viacom's you got their hands on a whole bunch of stuff, so they're trying to keep like their radio division and a couple of TV entities separate from the rest of the company. So. Radio's been dragging down. Infinity Broadcasting's been dragging Viacom's stock down. So they figure if they split, Viacom will be able to not have to worry about that, and then they'll try to build up the radio division again.
All right, but they had a shot of us for some reason. We haven't been with the company in over a year now.
Yeah, I didn't get it either. But
We were one of the high-profile people.
Probably.
All right.
Love the show, guys.
Thank you, Dave.
Punch it up.
We got a lot of people talking about their fatness here. Was 472 pounds, was 450, lost 200 by just eating as much. What? Oh, now I have to go here. JR, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey.
Well, I like to tell you, I used to weigh like 450 pounds, man. And I was in a size 54 in pants. And I just one day figured out, hey, what the hell, I need to lose this because everybody's looking at me like I'm a big fat whale. So I lost 200 pounds just by not stuffing my fat face anymore.
So you did it on your own, huh?
That's it, man. I started exercising, eating right,
and now I'm down to a size 38 in pants. If I can do it, and I'm from West Virginia, and no, I've got shoes on, and I've got all my keys.
Well, apparently you fucking used them for all these years.
Like a wood chipper.
But it was, it was just something. It's hard to do at first, right? And then you start to see results, and it gets a little bit better.
Yeah, it was real hard at first. I mean, it was like taking a bandsaw to me, taking my food away. I mean, it was real bad.
That's good, man.
Did you have a little coming out party for your penis? when you finally see it again? Have you heard the nightmares of what fat guys go through with their schlong?
What?
The fat builds up in the pubis region. It's a very fatty area, and it builds up and puffs up so much that it passes your schlong and buries it.
Makes you look like you're hung like an acorn.
You got nothing there. Might as well be a vag.
And it probably smells like urine all the time because you drip into it. Would you tongue out the, like under the helmet, like especially if they're
I don't hear you.
Uncut.
La 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 la.
You are disgusting.
Unclipped helmet of a fat man. Like,
stop it.
Yeah, I want a cup of Joe, too.
Stop it.
Big Ben, how about a young fella coming here?
Hold
Maybe,
on. Let me make the official announcement that we do on this show. Bill needs coffee.
Yeah. How about when Ben flies and his mule is right in the seat with you? And that, how do you deal with that?
Every time he turns, they give the uncomfortable look. Dude, sorry. Jesus, who's this strapping model?
Oh, you weren't here for the new interns.
No.
Making their appearance.
This is young Clayton.
Yes. Hi, Clayton.
How you doing?
I wouldn't have known that. He's wearing a name tag.
Yeah, good. I have to wear these name tags.
Thank God. I have no idea what their names are.
I know who Harry T is.
Yeah, because he came up with a couple of good bits for the show already.
Yeah,
the Al Qaeda guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he did a good job. You want anyone want coffee? Because young Clayton is here.
I'm going.
Bill needs coffee. Grande ice.
Grande ice.
Yeah, let me get a medium iced latte with low-fat milk, please. Medium iced latte, low-fat milk. You might want to jot that down. Falk will help you out.
No, these guys are good so far.
Okay,
really good.
It's just a pain.
So far, no Rickies. No Rickies in the bunch.
Ant?
Nothing for me today, thank you.
All right, we're going to take our first break. Why don't we go to Yellow Discipline, Jim Norton.
Oh!
Jim Norton, the star of the show today after his huge appearance on Leno the other night.
Real star.
A real star on our program. The Elephant on Southwest. We'll play that off Yellow Discipline. And your new CD is now available on eatabullet.com.
Yes.
It's called?
Trinkets I Own Made from Gorilla Hands.
All right, but off his first CD, we go to break with this.
Just can't stand this phony niceness. That's why I like Southwest Airlines. The only airline I really support emotionally. Ever since they booted those big fat people off the plane. Yeah, good for them. I'm not talking, these are not people. I'm not saying that somebody that's 300, 325. It's America. We eat good. I overindulge. We all do. You ever see somebody so fat it makes you angry? Like you want to grab them by their 12 XL shirt. How did you get so fat? And I'm talking in the area of 700, 750. You know, like you ever see somebody so fat they sit on the couch, their legs stick straight out? If you have legs like baby arms, change your eating habits. And of course, we're such a pathetic, litigious society. You know, you sue for everything now. They're suing the airlines. You know, we don't think we should have to pay for 2 seats. Yeah, well, I don't think I should be uncomfortable because you're repressing childhood rape memories with pure fat and carbohydrates. You don't want to pay for 2 seats? Fine. Hire a horse trailer to pull you to your destination. And hang your fat jowls out the back and chew oats for 3,200 miles, you monster with no willpower. You're a good crowd, man.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the Owen-Day virus.
How can I honestly say anybody rips me off? I mean, when I hear the same exact bits done, that's how I say it.
I mean, what about wow? That's totally their idea.
Oh, there you go. Okay. There's something new.
Well, and then...
There's something new. You know what? I used to do that in Washington, D.C. Tell him, Fred. I used to have people tie bandanas around their cars so that women would take their clothes off in the cars. Dude, get with it.
All right, well, I mean...
Give me an original idea.
Well,
Come on.
I mean, I know.
I used to have my listeners tie a bandana around their car. I mean, I've done it all.
What about going off on...
I
totally know that's you.
All right, okay, whatever. I got to go. Please, I don't really want to get into a discussion like this.
So delusional.
That is really funny.
See,
Someone found the clip.
Yeah, that's something we couldn't play on the old show because of the gag order that he placed on us.
How do you tie a bandana around your car? That's a great one. That's a big bandana.
What's the matter? My car has cancer.
People throwing frisbees to their cars, jumping, grab it.
God, just showing your age, man. You can't even tie bandanas to antennas anymore.
An antenna.
It's all hippied out. You honk the horn, it's like beep, beep.
Dude.
Honk, dude.
He's so delusional.
Oh, man.
Just admit it.
Bandana
Wow is such an original idea.
I invented everything. I've done it all. He even said, I've done it all. Wow.
Even the stuff that's going to be invented, I did already.
There's no original
I went into
ideas.
a time machine
Everyone
and I already did it.
Killed himself.
Right.
I've done it all. I was the first one to do anything. Marconi ripped me off, Robin. Remember the, what was that thing called? .. Morse code. It was Howard code earlier. The guy ripped me off. I invented SOS. Robin. What a complete jackass. He's the guy. Wow. Wow. He invented wow. And it had nothing to do with Whip 'em Out Wednesday or wow. It was tying a bandana around your car. Thank you, Howard.
And what were we supposed to do if you saw...
I don't know. He didn't really explain it very well.
Of course he's not going to explain.
If someone had a bandana tied around their car somehow, girls would get naked in the car? It wasn't even Flash. Yeah, girls would get naked. They're driving, taking their clothes off, crashing into apartments, Robin. I invented traffic accidents.
A bandana around an antenna. That reminds me of something else I've heard. It's called a fucking flag. That's not exactly somebody's fucking invention.
I invented that, Robin. They say Betsy Ross did that. I sewed the stars on. Ooh, it was all me.
I don't care. I don't care. I honestly don't care.
I don't care. I invented the bandana.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
Yeah. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday on the Opie and Anthony program.
What version is this?
I don't know.
Who does this?
I don't know.
You don't know?
It's the Crystal Method. It's Roadhouse Blues.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, we like those guys.
Kind of like the Crystal Method.
It's Roadhouse Blues. I know that much, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize.
It's a song by an up-and-coming band called The Doors.
All right, Disney. We were talking about this yesterday, Anthony.
Oh, yes. Of course, the headline's Death at Disney.
Death at Disney.
Death at Disney.
And just like we said yesterday, the ride is now open.
Disney officials said the ride was closed
for your recreational pleasure
for a day, but reopened yesterday. And
what ride was this again? It was
Mission Mars, yeah, at Epcot, and it's one of those simulators where you go in, you sit down in a seat. There's a screen in front of you, a lot of spacey stuff around you, and they play some kind of a video sequence on the screen in front of you, and it's then combined with some kind of simulator that's moving around, that simulates motion. So that combined with the video really fools your senses, and they've gotten really good at this. The difference with this, as opposed to something like Star Tours, which was a huge Disney ride years ago, where you get on this ride, they play the video sequence, you're sitting in a box pretty much with about 15, 20 other people, and it's on stilts that are on hydraulics. So the video shows that you're turning left, and all of a sudden they rock the unit one way.
I'm not drinking that. What is that? What is that?
I can't believe he's talking.
Are you insane?
I'm on a roll here.
It's going to rip your throat out.
Wow, they just derailed me, my friend.
He's in the middle of the thing. He comes in and goes, yeah,
the
you might
mics
have some
are all
sugar
live.
here.
Yeah, there's some sugar here. Here's the coffee. I understand how important the coffee is, but this is the show part of the show.
This is
the talking into the microphone.
This is the whole reason we're here. All this other stuff doesn't mean shit.
Everything else is peripheral.
Right. I got thrown out, and I was listening.
Oh, I know. I just started laughing.
I've been a better listener lately, but I thought he was going to hand me that. I'm not drinking that. I'm drinking.
Okay. Young Clayton.
Where's the milk?
That's fine. Uh-oh.
Oh,
yeah, it's got to be.
Oh, boy.
No, Rick, it's got to be like. It's got to
No,
be.
Rick. That's okay. Don't look at me. That's why I don't ask for anything. I can't be disappointed.
I brought my own milk, young Eric.
Oh, poor young Clayton now. He's sighing.
I am sorry.
He's sighing.
You can listen to the replay, and you'll hear that I asked for milk.
Yeah, you did?
I'm not even going to go into it.
Let's go to the record. Listen.
Eric, I brought my own milk in
he walked out. He shook his head, put his head down, and went,
I blew it, man.
I blew the coffee. And look at that room. They are all just laughing their asses off.
That's right. Ben and Derek just laughing.
Travis has someone to laugh at now.
They're pumping fists in the air.
Too goddamn funny.
That was kind of funny, though. I was really... Yeah, here's some sugar, and... you're talking? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Doing a show here.
Well, that's the beauty of the show. It's almost like we're not doing a show, and
some people get a little thrown.
And they feel that sometimes, where they can just barge in and just kind of, hey, the guys are just hanging out.
It's a social club. That's all it is.
All right, so I'm back with you, Anthony.
Well, you're talking about the rides that make you feel, which, by the way, I got motion sick on once. They really make you feel like you're on.
They really do. It really fools your senses, and you feel like you're moving when in fact, you're just kind of being thrown around up and down.
Right.
The difference with this one, though, Mission Space, is it's on a centrifuge. So you're sitting in this thing, and at some point, it'll start spinning around with your back toward the outside of the spinning. Now, what this does is press you in your seat so hard during this launch sequence. You're looking out the window, which is the video display, and you see yourself being launched into space, and now the centrifuge starts spinning faster and faster. You feel the pressure on your body pushing you back into the seat.
Wait, are you spinning, or the thing behind you is spinning?
You're actually spinning. This whole thing is on a spindle, and it starts spinning. But now you don't get any visual cues of your spinning, so you're not seeing yourself spinning. You're looking at the video. It looks like you're going straight forward. The spinning makes pressure that pushes you back, so you're not feeling yourself spinning. You're feeling yourself getting pushed in the seat and looking at yourself going forward. So the illusion is that you are accelerating forward at an amazing speed. Now, if you're a 4-year-old child on this ride with no history of any problems, but you're 4, how do you put it? People have to understand what some of these rides actually do. You know, it's not just you're going to sit there and watch a movie. You know, that you're actually you're experiencing G-forces.
But I think if you're a parent, you're just thinking, Disney says it's okay for my 4-year-old, so it's got to be okay.
There's no age requirement. There's a height requirement.
It's just a height requirement, right?
Reached the 44-inch height requirement, even though he's 4. Like a monster.
Yes. Someone is saying that the ride was developed by NASA. Well, that's pretty obvious that they would be involved in something like that, right?
I would puke all over spinning like that.
Oh, I hate those things.
There have been 6 hospitalizations in 8 months on this ride for people complaining of chest pains and nausea.
How long do you spin
on the
for?
Ride. I have no idea how long the ride is or how long you're spinning, but apparently it's, you know, this ride's a little intense. This isn't just going on, you know, one of these little rides that has some movie playing in front of you.
Basically, they're describing what happened. You know, when the ride started, the kid was all right, but as the ride continued, he grew rigid and his legs were extended, according to police.
Sounds like a visit to Neverland. Same results with the little child.
His mother, Agnes, thought the youngster
Michael becomes rigid, too.
His mother, Agnes, thought the youngster was scared because of the gravity-defying effects, so she clutched his hand, but when the ride ended, he had stopped breathing.
Oh, Jesus.
That's inappropriate.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Otto had the goddamn line of the day yesterday.
Oh, he did come in?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear him.
He did great, too.
Of course he did.
The kid taken to the hospital, and did they put a little Snoopy toe tag on him? On that little foot? It's just horrible. Then you got to wonder if the hospital does have little special ones for the kids, because they got little special everything. Little admitting wristbands with little animals on them or something. Might as well work at the morgue, too.
Yeah, I heard he was coming in. I only heard part of the replay, and I was annoyed I missed it.
He was really good yesterday. He did a great job.
He was just tired that one day. He's one of the funniest guys alive.
All right, let's say hi to Steve the trucker. He's been on the ride. Steve, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
All right.
Yeah, I rode that ride a couple years ago, and I read some reviews on the internet before I went to Disney World. They tell you, whatever you do, don't take your eyes off the screen in front of you, because if you do, you get really dizzy.
Yeah,
And
you need the
after
visual cues, or else your inner ear takes over and makes you vomit.
Yeah, after I rode that ride, it lasted about maybe 4 or 5 minutes if that, but I was sick all day long, dizzy.
And it really screws up your equilibrium. This ride's ridiculous.
The simulation of when the rocket blasts off, you get sucked back in your seat so hard. I tried to reach my hand up to fix my glasses. I couldn't even raise my arm.
It pins you back
but
into
it
the
makes you
seat.
sick. If you take your eyes off that screen, you just get dizzy instantly. It's pretty gross.
Yeah, I went on one as a little kid, nothing that advanced. It was like one of those roller coaster ones where you're in that box.
Yeah.
I had to go outside. I was wearing shorts and black socks. I was a nerd, and I had to lay down on the bench. I felt nauseous. My uncles Mike and Joe were with me,
Yeah. I was that guy growing up. Big family. We'd go to the amusement park, and I would be sitting out most of the rides with, I forget, maybe my sister or something, doing the same thing, laying on the bench, trying to get my equilibrium
I'm
back.
not one for rides. I don't like rides that go fast. I don't like rides that go upside down. I don't like spinning rides. I will go to Disney, and I will go on,
Welcome to the Wonder of the Seas. This ride will take you on an adventure throughout the seas of the world. Look to the left. It's a blowfish.
And I'm just kind of, this is good. We're doing like 0.3 miles per hour, and I'm learning something.
Sure.
And I'll go to another ride, and it's just teaching you about something else, and teaches you about the human body. Things like that are fine by me.
The haunted house, maybe?
Ooh, that's good. I like that one.
Yeah.
You're going through,
Let's go to Bill in Indiana.
Is the room stretching?
They're never scary.
No.
You want to scare people, why don't you update it and stop with the dumb masks? How about you go around one corner and there's a Haitian with a needle he just used stumbling towards you?
Disney Imagineers have upgraded the ride.
Yo, man, which way is north?
Whoa, this is scary.
We finally have a sound effect for when we go down that road, by the way, Ant.
When we talk about those things?
Yeah, let's listen to what Steve put together here.
Yeah, which way is north?
Oh, well, let me see. It's right.
He nailed it.
That's the chain of events, man.
Yeah.
It's a hot, sweltering day. Someone asks you for directions. Bam. Hey, it's Christmas.
All right, let's say hi to Bill in Indiana.
I have a question for Steve about that, actually, if he will come.
All right, Bill.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, I was just wondering, is the spinning of the ride, is that creating gravity?
All right. I will admit Professor Anthony had the, was correct, and I was incorrect, which I figured was made apparent.
And what's more important, will Professor Anthony ever be sitting on Leno's couch discussing gravity with him?
Good point. And
Probably not.
Jay and I talked about that in the dressing room. He goes, you didn't know what gravity was, stupid. I'm like,
Let's go to Mark in Connecticut. Mark
Everyone knows it's mass, and then all of a sudden an object started sticking to his big chin.
Go ahead, Mark.
Oh, gentlemen, how are you this morning?
All right.
Hey, guys, first off, Jimmy, you just rocked it the other night. That was awesome.
Thanks, man.
I just want to make a comment about that ride down in Mission Space. That ruined my entire vacation when I was down there last year.
Why?
We went on that ride. My wife and I went on it. It's our second day out of 5 days down there. And we said, okay, it's first thing in the morning, nice and early. We're going to be the first ones on that ride. We went on to that Figment ride after that. We couldn't even handle that ride after that. It just kills you.
Dude, all rides make me very, very badly motion sick. I have horrible motion sickness, so I can't go on. I'm like Anthony, man. I'll go to one 2 miles an hour, a little informative thing, or even a haunted house where you go up a teeny little hill and down.
Yeah.
Anything else,
I like Pirates of the Caribbean.
There you go.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. Arr! And then you watch them. You're going real slow in the little boat, and you watch them up on the sides. They're chasing the ladies. They're drinking the booze. They're shooting their guns. The little dog is holding the keys just far enough out of the little prisoner's reach. Can't grab the keys, and they're going in their little animatronic faces. That's great. That's all I need. No fast rides for me. I'm a pussy.
To end the Death at Disney story, here it is. The ride was closed after the tragedy, but reopened yesterday morning.
That's it. Hose it down.
You think they'll change the ride, though? Will this 4-year-old record for everyone else?
What did he die of? Is it a heart
no.
attack or?
Still,
I'd say the kid stopped breathing.
Yeah, well,
that's what it was, and they couldn't revive him. Brought him to the hospital.
It's absolutely awful.
Dead. But do you think they put a sign there with a little kid with the X's over his eyes? Little Disney trying to resuscitate him. Little Mickey over him trying to resuscitate him. Or do you think it was just a sign that said, closed for maintenance, with a waving Mickey? Sorry.
I wonder if there was an admission refund, how they went about that. Like, look, we understand that was, what, $39.95?
Oh, my God. And the happy photos you took coming into the park, we'll just give you those for free.
Now on the ride, you'll be going through the ride and see some roadside crosses with a little kid, little stuffed animals on
in
there.
that seat.
In the seat, a little cross.
A little blue bunny.
What the hell is
strapped
this?
into that seat.
Well, even better, everyone going on that ride today, they're all thinking as they go in there, they're guessing what seat it was.
Death ride, yeah. What seat was the one with the dead kid in it?
Yeah, I think it was that seat right there.
Oh.
It's either this empty one or the one with the pile of shit in it.
Holy shit. Oh, my God.
Oh, look, it's awful, but...
What the...
What?
What the...
This guy, Ed from Miami, says, I'm an annual pass holder for Disney, was invited to the premiere of Mission Space, and the ride was so violent at first it had to be toned down. People were passing out and puking all over the place.
That's because of the motion, probably. The spinning. People probably take their eyes off it, and they vomit. Eric, you can't write things down. You got to just say them. I can't.
Yeah, he does that to me all the time. It drives me nuts.
What is that?
Eric, you're part of the show. If you have something, you just jump
just
on
say
mine.
it. Like Helen Keller like a man.
Yeah, he's trying to pawn it off on other people.
Yeah, that's like here's the one. If it bombs, oh well.
It's yours. Yeah.
Saying the
Shut up!
No, who cares?
I can't believe it fell for that again. Like we really
drop the mic.
Like we really care what you have to say. Jesus, figure it out.
No, it says
Why are you ripping up his little joke?
Because it said Disney dollar refund, which was not a bad line if I hadn't said it 2 minutes ago.
Right. Didn't you just say that?
Hold on, let me write something down for Ant.
All right.
Do a little Pirates of the Caribbean. There you go.
Yo ho, yo ho.
Damn you, Hawk.
All right, very good, Hawk. So they hosed down the ride and they moved on like they do down there, right?
Just like they did. I remember I think the last person that died there, it was on that the river boats. And that was a horrific one.
Can I get milk?
At least this one was just, the lifeless child being brought out of the ride. The one with the that's pretty bad.
At least
but
this one is just.
It's just a lifeless child.
Listen to this one, how this guy died.
This couple is waiting to go on one of those big river boats. They got the one with the paddle wheel, and this is at Disneyland. They have another one. It's a ship, and they go a circle on the lake. They stop, load up people, and they're off. The Columbia was coming in, and it was coming in a little too fast. It's on a track, but these boats actually have engines that are operated by crew members, and you can slow it down or speed it up. It doesn't come in at a set speed. They were coming in a little too fast, so I guess to slow it down, they decided they would just take the rope and throw it over the cleat on the dock and stop this 100-ton ship that's built up quite a bit of momentum. The cleat ripped out of the dock and flung the rope and the cleat into some Asian guy's head. Right into his head. Bam! Dead right on the spot.
Wow.
Boom! And literally they had to come out and hose it down. And did they stop it?
Hell no.
No! Get the crew. Get a couple of drill screws. Put that cleat back on.
And his poor wife is trying to tell people that her husband was killed by a Crete, and they're like, what?
Didn't know if she was happy or sad. Either her husband just died or she enjoyed a ride. One or the other.
You can only tell, well, it's just her in the car. I guess something's wrong. There's a bunch of relatives holding flowers. Is it Valentine's Day? Wait, no, there's a box. Ah, I see.
Jesus. When it comes down to it, none of our lives mean anything.
Especially at Disney.
Especially when it comes to commerce.
Just keep it moving, people.
Keep it moving.
All right, it's not the crew, I'm being reminded. They're all called cast members there at Disney.
Ooh.
The people that work there, they're called cast members.
I didn't know that.
Of course.
All right, Anthony, did anyone else see the cartoon in the New York Post about Michael Jackson?
Oh, yeah, Michael Jackson.
This guy, man, I love seeing this because the guy takes major chances and gets away with it in cartoon form. You want to describe this?
Yes, we'll be like LaGuardia during the strike, the newspaper strike. I'll just read the comic strip to you.
Would he really do that?
Oh, of course he did.
Would out-of-work union workers really laugh at the funnies?
The funnies.
What'd Blondie say?
And now here's the first panel.
Ugh.
Michael Jackson's victory party. And it's got Michael sitting at a table, very party atmosphere going on. Bubbles the chimp is at a seat. There seems to be a snake smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, I don't get the
sitting at another seat.
Lawyer.
Oh, he's the lawyer.
Oh,
very good, Jimmy.
I was trying to figure that out
That's
all morning.
good.
And then the Elephant Man.
And the Elephant Man Bones are at another seat. And they're all raising their hands up and cheering as music is playing because they're happy because for the celebration, there is a huge cake in the middle of the table. The top has a hinge on it. It is opened up. And what is coming out of the cake but a naked young boy?
That is very funny.
Yeah.
Can I ask, though, what, again, I have to do this, why is that acceptable? And yet, if on this program you make fun of some kid's death or something awful, it's unacceptable. Why is one considered legitimate and one not?
That's in a newspaper. And we're a comedy show.
The Post is a newspaper?
That's what they say.
Wow. Honestly.
Mm-hmm. But this guy's making fun of child molesting.
Yeah, I know.
It's very funny. I love the Post cartoons. They are great.
Well, the guy takes chances all the time and gets away with pretty much murder with these cartoons or whatever. So, all right. Speaking of Michael Jackson.
By the way, can I interrupt real quick?
Sure.
Here's De Niro walking for the American Express commercial.
Yeah.
Now, like, Brad Pitt's doing it. Why did he, like, when Dennis Franz did the Nextel, why do they think they're not really doing commercials if they don't mention the product name?
Oh,
like
if they're just talking. De Niro just talks about living in New York and Tribeca and his New York, and then it's tagged at the end with an announcer and an American Express logo.
It's like, Bob, do you really think that you're not doing a commercial? Dennis Franz, did your people tell you that you're not doing a Nextel commercial because you won't mention the product name? You're doing a commercial. It's fine. I don't mind you doing a commercial.
Yeah.
You should do them.
I think it isn't as bad if you're not hawking the product yourself. It's almost like they're showing a short film of you. American Express is showing a short film starring you, and they will sell the product. You're just an attention getter. Yeah. That's it. But they go over to Japan and put on like wacky kung fu outfits and try to sell soda over there for millions of dollars. That's a huge industry for Hollywood actors. They go to Japan and do commercials, the hackiest, worst Japanese commercials for beer and soda and food products, and they're awful and embarrassing. But we don't see them, so they keep their credibility, and they're able to pocket huge amounts of money.
And know why they do it? Because we don't know they're hacky and bad and embarrassing because it's in another language.
Another language. Hoo-cha!
Visually looks good. Like, hey, Brad Pitt selling Coke. Cool.
Oh, it looks really... They look kind of bad, though. They really put him in a bad light.
Why don't we get them?
Never see them.
How come we never get to see them here?
I don't know. I think that's probably part of their contract in order to do the commercial, that they don't release them anywhere else. I wouldn't doubt it.
To be
try
sold
to protect themselves,
Every once in a while you see them on like a commercial clip show or something where they'll show actors doing those foreign commercials.
Where we sit as Americans and watch an entire program dedicated to commercials.
I know.
I love it. Don't you love Nick at Night, though, or TV Land when you see like an old commercial like, I'm Mother Nature?
Yeah.
Those are really cool to watch.
I'm a nostalgia idiot.
Me too.
I would watch that for forever. I go on the computer sometimes and you can punch up classic commercials or TV shows, PSAs, things like that. Remember that one that was an anti-smoking PSA years ago where it was the voiceover would just say, like father, like son. And it would show them fishing or something. And then the last one was like father, like son. And the father starts smoking a cigarette, and the kid grabs a pack of cigarettes, and it stops with some ominous music. No?
That one I don't remember at all.
And I think the music was ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, some groovy 70s music. Me and Groucho would sit and watch this and laugh. It was hysterical.
How about the I want a Coke and the world would have...
I like
Coke.
to
That was a great one,
teach
too,
the
man.
world to sing
in perfect harmony.
Perfect. That was a great
remember?
commercial. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was a biggie.
All right, here's the deal. So we got Michael Jackson, Geraldo. We finally got the Geraldo audio.
Geraldo.
Oh, now Geraldo, who has been backing Michael Jackson this entire time, just to get him on his show. Michael Jackson was like exclusively talking to Geraldo and Fox News, and that's it. And the only reason he was doing that is because Geraldo was just pushing for this guy. He was saying how it's an outrage, how there's no evidence against him, and he will be acquitted. And God damn it, he was right.
Yeah.
And now I guess he's got more exclusives with Michael Jackson.
Of course.
Is that it? Now Michael Jackson's going to be doing Geraldo.
Yeah, you got to think he's got something in the works with him. So let's go to the audio. Geraldo announces to 747 Jackson is innocent. What's that mean? Does anyone know that?
No.
To the plane?
On a plane? What airline was he
Adam,
flying?
what's up, buddy?
747.
Hey there, pal.
Hey, James.
How are you,
Adam.
buddy?
Adam Ferrara in studio.
You brought your toothbrush and toothpaste with you.
I just got up. I'm tired.
Did you brush?
Hi, James.
You want to brush live on the show?
Yeah, give me some water.
We do everything else. Why
Might
not?
as well. Get a bucket
kind
of
of sociopathic of
Get a
him.
bucket of water.
What is this?
That's deodorant.
You knew I was going to stink?
Just in case.
No, that is
one day.
We all use it.
That's the right guard sport that Jimmy's turning everyone on to.
Yeah.
And
it has a lock feature. It's so
Good
powerful.
stuff.
Watch this.
It's like a rocket. Oh,
how do you not try that? Come here, give me
you
that.
gotta.
It's unbelievable.
Smells good, too.
Does one have to shake?
No, don't shake.
Yeah, I would
Are
shake.
you crazy?
Really gonna go?
Wait, you gotta... No, just...
Yeah, if you
hold it away about 8 inches.
Wait, what kind of PSI do we have in here?
Yeah, it's pretty strong there, my friend.
You'll hear.
You're fine.
It's like a Wagner power sprayer.
It's nice.
Feels
right?
good, huh? You like that?
Oh, go to commercial. I'm doing it on my bull.
Little tickle.
Everyone's tee-heeing.
Open your cheeks.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a nice way to start the day, James.
Smells good, too.
Good
I
morning.
Like the fact, and it also wrecks the environment.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, clouds.
We still want to do an experiment. We want to light a match and hit that...
no, that'll
that trigger.
flame up real bad.
Get an intern.
Okay, here we go. So Geraldo announces to 7:47. What does that mean? Do you know, Eric?
What is the headline
What were you
there?
doing?
It just says Geraldo announces to 7:47 Jackson is innocent. It's got to be an announcement on a plane?
On a plane?
Yeah.
Let's play the clip and find out.
Yelling outside up at the sky?
Yeah, yelling outside. Didn't think of that. Outside the plane.
Damn you. It has a megaphone. You people up there, Jackson is innocent.
I let out a huge hoot and a holler, and I stood up and I announced to the entire jumbo jet that Michael Jackson had been found not guilty.
Good. Now let him watch your kids.
The kids were crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Oh, this guy.
Geraldo's just an ass.
Of course he is.
He just likes Michael Jackson because he can open his closet and he knows he'd find something.
Something's coming out, not like the
Capone
Al
vault.
Capone's vault.
Embarrassing non-journalist ass you.
Finally, nothing is in here. After 2 hours, I found a bottle. He found like a bottle, and that was it.
Did
and
he drink out of
dirt.
this?
Yeah, who knows? That was one of the biggest debacles on
But
television.
you know what? It got his name out there. It made him even more famous.
What an ass, though, man. You should take a peek beforehand.
Of course.
And make believe, you know?
We're digging through this wall. And then he did a whole, history of Al Capone, and, it was horrible. And then they finally get in there, and nothing. A waste.
What did they find, really?
Nothing. They found a bottle,
Yeah.
and there was all this speculation as to what might be back there. So they were saying perhaps it's one of his old cars that he liked, or money, booze.
Dead witnesses.
Nothing. Some homeless guy dropped off a booze bottle 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Just an empty vault.
All right, here we go. Geraldo. Jackson now knows sleeping with boys is wrong.
Oh, he now
These were a band of gypsy grifters who latched onto Michael Jackson, who had this abominable, bizarre habit of sleeping with other people's children, however innocent. Michael knows now that conduct is unacceptable. He will never do it again. And if he does, I'll bust him for it.
Oh, boy, Geraldo, you go.
Geraldo will bust him.
Am I going to sleep better now?
Hey, get your hands off that boy.
Why's Geraldo outside my bedroom?
Geraldo will bust him.
What an ass.
Take your goddamn hands off him.
Yeah. Leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
What's the rule?
No touching.
All right, here's Geraldo. He's talking about Court TV here.
The media, led by Court TV, that was absolutely the most unprofessional, hysterical kind of coverage you could ever imagine.
Oh,
Does
as
he work
opposed
for Fox
to
News?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're Geraldo.
Geraldo.
If Mike Wallace was saying that, it would have some merit. But Geraldo, this is your thing.
Don't you remember
Star calling the Inquirer cheap?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you remember having a television show there, Geraldo, where you decided it was a great idea to put the Klan together with some black people, and you got your nose broke with a chair?
You made Morton Downey Jr. look like Cronkite, you sap. What's the matter with you? Big mustachioed PR.
Yeah. Circus chimp with that mustache. She needs like a top hat. And in the center ring.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He really should be tying somebody to railroad tracks in 1920 with that stupid stash.
Piano music playing in the background.
Snidely whiplash.
All right, one more clip from Geraldo.
Absolutely not. That mother is unfit to have those children. She's the unfit parent, not Michael Jackson.
Oh, Michael fits just fine.
Have you?
One of the jurors said he thinks that Michael is a child molester, but they just didn't prove their case.
Right.
He said, I do think that Michael molested boys.
It's another case where he's not innocent of the crime. They just didn't. They again screwed up the case.
And you know what? I'll bet you they did. I'll bet you legally they did not prove the case. Because, again, they're the typical another celebrity lawyer that gets the client off. It's amazing.
And Michael Jackson has enough money, enough seclusion to do this kind of thing and not conjure up a load of evidence against him. He just has that. He's acted so wacky for so many years that he can almost explain away these things as part of his wacky personality. And you put them all together, it's very hard to get evidence against this guy. I think it's a very calculated thing he's done over the years so he can continue his first love, which is molesting children.
No, I think he's just nuts.
Yeah, you know something?
You don't sit there going, if I buy the bones of the elephant man and sleep in an oxygen chamber, I'll be able to touch the children.
I think he likes putting that persona out there. I don't think he's as crazy
I think he feeds the nuttiness.
As he is. Because you talk to people that have hung out with him and the cameras aren't rolling, and, you know, they say, yeah, he actually carries on conversations about real things, and he's not wearing the mask and the glove, and, you know, I think this is very calculated. It might have started on his part to try to get some kind of mystique around him when his career was really hot, but now I think he sees it as a great way to continue molesting children.
And she was an awful witness. They lost the case. She's a terrible witness. Because, you know, they said she snapped her finger. She just seemed like a scam artist, and she was. I think she is a scam artist.
Yeah.
I do think that he's a molester, too. I mean, that's my opinion.
Doesn't mean that he's not a molester, because the mother is a scam artist.
I mean, look, I'm not a molester. I've never molested a kid in my life. But look, if I had the pick of the litter, who knows? I mean, you know, God almighty, so svelte.
Ooh.
Who knows what you do? Bunch of shirtless youngsters.
Right there in your bedroom.
Maybe it starts off you're putting lotion on a boy's back. Maybe he caught a burn.
Okay.
Out there on the merry-go-round. Out at Neverland. You know, you put him out there and he needs a little lotion.
That's right.
Sure.
Maybe he looks at your face and thinks it's like a little horse, happens to hop on it. And you go, why tell him?
Well,
why disappoint the child?
Michael Jackson's attorney was on Larry King last night, Anthony. And he says that Jackson is not a pedophile. Let's go to the tape.
Michael Jackson is not a pedophile. He's never been a pedophile. The prosecution has spent years trying to put together a story which they hoped they could prove and failed to prove. Michael Jackson is not a pedophile. He's never molested a child, nor would he ever even conceive of doing such a thing.
So these were concocted stories?
Well, certainly they were concocted by the main accusers, and certainly the prosecution tried to create the impression that other people were molested, and they all came in and said they weren't.
Didn't one of the kids know what his penis looked like, though?
Yes. Why did they pay him? Why did Larry King say, why did he pay them off?
Why did he pay them off, and how is a child going to know what Michael Jackson's penis looks like?
Did Larry King ask those questions?
No.
Why? You softball lobbing fucking 9Y having nothing.
The Motley Crue.
The Motley Crue. Larry King stinks.
He really does just throw softball questions.
Why don't you ask why? Okay, Mark.
And he never has a
pay them
follow-up
off?
question ever.
Why?
And you think the lawyer would actually have an answer for that? He would have lawyer talk for how.
Well, you know,
never
sometimes
happened.
in a case you have to. Hey, whoa, look. Why? Yeah. Let's ask this. Why did he pay off kids? Why don't you ask Michael that?
Michael has been a victim of this kind of thing in the past, and he paid this off to minimize the bad press that he would have gotten.
$25 million?
He didn't do it. He
$25 million?
Okay, he's a pedophile. Threw children in the ass. I got him off. I'm famous now.
Let's go to Eric in New York City.
And ask Michael why he hired Rutger Hauer to be his lawyer.
That's good. Eric, what's up?
Good morning, boys.
Morning. Make it fast. We got to get back to this audio.
if you remember, Geraldo talking about professionalism, he was giving away ordnance in the sand of where the troops were at this war that's going on.
Remember that? He got thrown out of Iraq by the United States military.
Another thing I want to mention, this Garagos guy, the lawyer for Jackson. Do you remember they switched attorneys with Scott Peterson?
Right. He was defending Peterson.
Trial.
Right.
So Peterson technically should have stayed with that attorney. He would have walked.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Yes, I don't think so.
Mesereau is good, though, man. This guy's a great lawyer. And look, I don't fault him. He's doing his job. The prosecution has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. And I never faulted Cochran either. Lawyers are jealously guarding the rights of their clients, the interests of their clients. That's their job.
Yeah, it's their job, but he was just the scummy race card playing way he went about it.
You're right, absolutely.
The discrediting the cop. Just because Furman was a racist and using naughty language doesn't mean he planted a glove anywhere.
Agreed.
OJ running past that air conditioner, bangs into it. The time is perfect for him running and then getting in and answering the doorbell like the guy's been ringing for 15 minutes. The guy obviously did it, and they explained it all away as Mark Furman planted it because he had some kind of vendetta against black people.
But Darden saying, try the glove on. Marcia Clark didn't talk to him for a week after that.
I know.
That blunder with no payoff.
Yeah.
And it didn't fit because of whatever reason, but I mean, try the glove on. This jury doesn't want to convict him. They don't want to convict O.J. Simpson.
You soak a leather glove in blood and let it sit for a while, that thing is going to contract up and not fit.
Yeah, it was all crusted over.
That's what it was. It was crushed. And the way you try to make it look like you're putting a glove on, you can take a regular glove. I can make it look like it's not fitting.
Right. That's bend your fingers up like
that.
When you're getting, he had a plastic glove underneath it.
When you're getting set for a murder, you're not putting on perfect clothes. I mean, stupid me. If I was going to do a murder, I'd get baggy clothes just in case, gloves that wouldn't fit.
2 different size shoes.
Yeah, the shoes. Yeah, exactly.
There were 2 people here, each with 1 leg.
Drag a tail behind you.
I'm a genius.
One
murderer
murderer makes sure that his outfit is perfect. You know, I wear a size 9.5, 10 shoe. I'd get 12s.
Yeah.
You know, just to throw it all off.
Obviously, they were killed by a brontosaurus.
You could see it. There was a pack of raptors. They were dragging tails.
And O.J. exaggerated the trying to...
Oh, he was acting. It looked like the Naked Gun.
I would have had the lawyers there. I would have said, look, come on. No, try that glove on. You know, what are you doing?
You know what you do? You get a guy with a bigger hand than O.J. to slide it right on and go, look, tell the actor to put this on like he did that night.
Exactly. But Darden is an incompetent. And Marcia Clark, that dumb broad.
She was too worried about her
flirting with
image.
Johnny Cochran, you dumb bitch. Because the L.A. prosecutor, they didn't want to get a white guy to prosecute a black man, so they got a black man and a white woman because they figured that would be less threatening for the jury.
Yep.
That's what you get for thinking in those terms. You
that's
deserve
what they
to
always
lose that
do.
case.
You get a guy that's up on rape charges, he will always have a woman lawyer. Always have a woman lawyer. Mm-hmm.
And his lawyer is ferocious. I mean, she's good.
Yeah.
And you know what? Cochran was undefeated in L.A. He never lost to those L.A. prosecutors. He was undefeated. Because he was good, and they were incompetent. I'm sorry, they're not good. And I met one of those guys. One of those guys came into the Comedy Cellar. The guy who was originally supposed to prosecute the case but had heart problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A white guy with a beard. You'd know him if you saw him. He was in all the footage.
I can't remember his name.
Hodgman. Bill Hodgman. But he had some kind of a heart murmur or something, so they took him off the case. That was the excuse they gave. And he came in, he signed an autograph for me. He just wrote, Jim, he was guilty. Bill Hodgman. He didn't write his name. But
really?
Yeah. That's
pretty cool.
Cochran did lose 1 case. The case of old pudding brain.
That's right. What do you do when there's a softball on the brainstem? Softball versus the brainstem.
Couldn't talk his way out of that.
Yeah. Well, if what doesn't fit, the hat now because there's a lump on the top of your skull.
Oh, wow.
If that doesn't fit, you must remove it.
All right, getting back to the Michael Jackson thing, let's go to Randy in New York. Randy, what's up?
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Anthony, you said before that the prosecution lacked a load of evidence. Actually, they lacked the load as evidence.
Yeah, well, that would have worked, too.
Just like the Clinton thing. They had nothing on them until they found that load. You got to find the load.
What load?
You got to scrape that mashed potato mix off the buttocks.
All right, speaking of...
Put it in a little Petri dish.
lawyers here. Here's Michael Jackson's lawyer on Larry King last night. He discusses the issue of sleeping with children, Anthony.
Well, first of all, Larry, this notion that he sleeps with boys was a concoction by the prosecution.
Really?
What he said very openly was that he allows families into his room. Now, his room is the size of a duplex. It's 2 levels.
All right, hold on. No, lawyer ass. What he said in an interview that was videotaped that I personally saw, as did millions of other people, was it's a wonderful thing to share your bed.
With a child.
With a child.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, exactly. He talked about how he shared his bed with children. But this lying fuck will sit there and spew out these lies.
What did Larry say? Did Larry call him out?
Yeah, how about going, well, what about this clip?
No, Larry
Play the
said,
videotape.
I understand you collect keys.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you get started with that hobby? God, that is it. Perfect.
That is
Perfect, Larry King.
Did you see the new Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah, he'll just go off on a left-hand
What just flew past your head, Larry?
That was a softball arcing at me that I just didn't see.
What did Larry respond? Oh, maybe Larry had a good response.
All right, let's go back to the tape.
He's had mothers sleep there, fathers sleep there, sisters sleep there, brothers sleep there. The prosecution concocted this little saying about sleeping with boys because they thought it would turn off the jury, and they failed. But yes, we did have to explain who Michael Jackson was to the jury, that he's a very creative spirit, a very gentle soul, a brilliant musician, a brilliant choreographer, and a very sensitive person who is very concerned about the world and the problems in the world. And he has a very childlike spirit and essence to him, and he attracts children all over the world. We did have to explain who he was, but this is a country which prides itself on diversity, on the freedom to be who you are.
Jump in there,
and we
Larry.
never diverted our attention from who Michael was. We never tried to make him look like anything but himself.
Stop.
He never tried to dress differently for the courtroom. Our whole intention was to show who Michael is and be proud of it and embrace it.
Hell, the lawyer's brilliant. He answered the question, make Michael look good, and just kept going on.
And then had a monologue about how great Michael Jackson is.
Diversity in this country, Larry.
That's Larry's responsibility.
Somebody nudge Larry.
You know what's diverse? Those Kellogg's snack packs. I love how diverse. You could go from Special K right to Frosted Flakes. That's diversity. We'll be back after this.
You friggin' idiot. Ask him a question.
Larry King is a bum.
He is a bum. Larry King is a bum. What a maroon. Ask a question. Confront this guy. Yeah. Challenge him.
That's why Larry King is so famous, because everybody wants to be interviewed by this no tough question asking mokes.
Yeah.
He is an absolute mouthpiece for whoever's on trial or whoever's... That's all you are, Larry, is a mirror for them to say what they want to say.
Country of Diversity, Michael Jackson is one of his members. You know, I know Sandy Koufax.
What?
Right, exactly.
Well, what about the Martin Bashir thing where Michael said he likes to share his bed, Mark?
Yeah.
Why didn't Larry jump in? It's your show, you suspenders wearing jizz bucket. Jump in.
You know what? I don't care. Do you take garlic? I love garlic. Available at drugstores around the country. Garlic is wonderful.
That's right. It'll take the smell of small boy duty off your helmet. Oh, Larry King should have a stroke on his wedding day.
On his next wedding day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Married 8-9 times. Oh, that is funny, man. You
Nothing. He's got no balls.
God, what a coward and a non-journalist.
Confront the guy. Challenge him.
You ever see 60 Minutes? They get in there with a pencil, and you're like you're getting fucked in the ass.
Beating the hell out of him.
Let's go to another clip. I was going to blow
What were your real intentions for curing AIDS? What? Yeah. I'm a good guy here. Yes. I hear there were ulterior motives. What? No, I just came up with a cure.
Yeah, that's all I want to talk about. All right, here's them talking about, it's going to be the lawyer talking about media pundits, Anthony.
I think that we have developed an industry of would-be experts who are not professional, who are not experienced, who are very amateurish in their comments about what's going on in courtrooms.
Is he talking about us?
Carol Channing.
Is he talking about us?
Wait, who did these clips? Is there any Larry question? Who did the clips?
Is this edited? Did you edit out all of Larry King's questions?
I want to hear some of Larry's questions.
I want Larry's questions. I want them answered immediately.
That's right.
Yeah, we might have to revisit this.
I'm a divorced ass, you idiot.
Let's go back to the media pundits thing.
And who are willing to give opinions when they're not even there. And I think it has become the theater of the absurd. and I think it reached its lowest level in this case.
Speaking of theater, have you seen Billy Joel's musical?
The obvious bias among people like Court TV, who I felt was really an arm of the prosecution through this case. It was very amateurish and very unprofessional and very disturbing.
And that's Ned and his Ben hairdo. He goes to Ben's barber. It's a guy with a comb on the end of a baseball bat. That guy is up for lawsuits now, which is kind of good to see a lawyer be one, because he's just a bum, too. He deserves to lose his credibility.
Bum. The applicant is a bum.
That's right. Drummed out of the prosecution business.
How long have you known the applicant? Too long.
The applicant is a
bum. Don't make me laugh.
What did she say? Those were for you, Ralph. What was it that Norton was doing?
Furniture for the anniversary.
For the anniversary.
For you, Ralph.
We're going to buy furniture for Ralph. And
for the anniversary.
You didn't see the new Honeymooners, right, Adam?
No.
Oh. What do you think of that? As a huge... Adam is as big a Honeymooners fan as I am. What do you think of that?
I'd like to withhold my decision.
Until you get
it, and then I'll vomit.
More jobs?
Yeah.
You don't want to burn any bridges, do you?
Burn any bridges? No, I don't. I think it's going to be awful.
It looked horrible. It looked like it wasn't even the Honeymooners. It might as well just call it something else.
Well, the reviews were awful, and it bombed at the box office.
It did?
Did it bomb?
Oh, yeah, horribly. No one went to see it, which was
like
surprising.
$8 million on its first weekend.
Except for Roger Ebert, who thought it was fucking apparently... He came off like it was the in-laws.
I got the Ebert review. We could go over in a
They
second.
redid that.
His wife told him.
Of course they did, dude. They're awful.
They butchered the hell out of the in-laws.
Yeah.
The In-Laws is one of the greatest comedies ever. It's like, what are you doing even remaking that thing?
Oh, you have audio of Ebert's review?
Yeah, we're going to do that
okay,
next.
Cool.
And, and that movie sat on the shelves for years, and they finally released it. The latest, the remake.
Good for Gene Wilder walking out of Hollywood, because he said they're just so... Wait, when is the Willy Wonka movie?
Yeah, but he's got some stupid lines, too. What was he saying about the new Willy Wonka movie that's coming out?
Yeah,
he goes, I don't like it. The whole motivation here is just money.
That's right. Yes.
Like, all right, and when you made the original one, what'd you do it for? Corn? What'd you do it for?
No.
For money. What did they make the movie for?
We call it
to make
maize.
money. Maize.
I know what he's saying, though. I do know what he's saying. He's saying that there's no integrity with that. It's almost like doctors are in the business to make money. I mean, and they make a lot of it.
Everyone that does anything is in the business to get some type
of
reward from it.
There's nothing wrong with making money, but it's like they're almost like stealing to make money. And to me, there's something wrong with that. They're selling drugs just to make money.
I don't think it's all or nothing as far as remaking movies goes. I think if you take a movie that was made a while back and do a very good job with it, and remake it, I think that's fine. I see no problem with that. I don't see it as, my God, can't you come up with anything original? I think Johnny Depp playing Willy Wonka is pretty cool. I'll go see it.
I think it's going to be great. It looks great.
That seems like a pretty good idea. Planet of the Apes was awful, that remake. It was done horribly.
Remember how excited we were when we found out they were...
God.
That was one movie we were excited they were remaking.
One of my favorite movies of all times was the original Planet of the Apes, and then they remade it, and it just stunk.
Bow your head!
It was awful. It was horrible. An ending that I wanted to bang my head against the sidewalk when I walked out of the movie theater.
Oh, no.
But, yes, I did. I wanted to do that. I was so angry.
Aww.
But the original...
And I was still living in Brooklyn when I saw it, so the audience I watched it with looked like what was up on the screen.
Oh, my God.
Right.
Anthony.
Except they were more civil on the screen.
And better actors.
Brooklyn movie theater.
Wait, Jesus Christ, why is Dr. Zayas talking on a cell phone? I'm trying to hear this.
Right.
Dr. Zayas brought his kids to the movie.
Oh, Jesus. They're blowing horns. On horseback coming down the aisle.
Yeah, remakes, I'm not saying they're wrong. I agree with you.
What's a good one?
Gene Wilder has a...
What was a good remake?
Was a good remake?
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
Wow. There you go.
This doesn't qualify as a remake, but what'd you think?
Let's open up the phones. Ladies and gentlemen, what's the good remake?
Columbus, Ohio.
Let us know.
King Kong was a good remake. From the original, I'm saying. Because because you got
Black
a better
and white.
looking ape.
I won't buy that. No.
No.
I think the new one, the Peter Jackson one, will probably be
there a new
pretty
King Kong?
cool looking. Yeah, Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings. He's making the new King Kong.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
All right. Dawn of the Dead. That was a good one. But was that really a remake? Was it? It's kind of Night of the Living Dead, and then they did Dawn of the Dead. They kind of changed it up a little bit. I don't know if that's really a remake.
They're doing
they're
doing Citizen Kane with all black cast. They are actually remaking that called We Sell Cocaine. I know that was a really corny, long way to walk.
Wow.
To that,
Get the little extension so you can reach that. That was
Yeah,
a
I
little
know.
far to go.
And believe me, I know Ope's holding a pen, but one finger should certainly have been hitting that cricket button. That was I deserve it.
No,
It was atrocious.
It is past.
The cricket's dozed off.
I'll do this one instead.
It really did stink.
All right, listen, let's get past the Larry King clips. We got two more quick ones. The lawyer for Michael Jackson talking about the issue of celebrity justice.
I'll tell you what celebrity injustice was in this case. It was sending 70 sheriffs to raid Michael Jackson's home in a search. It was putting more experts, more sheriffs, and more investigators on this case than they do with serial killers. That's what I call celebrity injustice. So in a sense, he's correct. He just is looking at it the wrong way. Michael Jackson was treated differently because he was a celebrity.
Way to go, Larry. Does. And then I'll fuck over you.
Does.
Can you be a fucking man for 1 second and go, excuse me, wait, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Can you for once interrupt the lawyer?
Interrupt him. Watch Hardball. That's how you do a show. You jump in and just interrupt the guy.
Yell.
Scream at him. Call him an ass.
Or just go, excuse me. Before you finish that thought, can you at least once cut him off so you can go back and get your question answered?
Don't let him just profess his love for Michael Jackson.
You bum.
What's celebrity justice? I'll tell you what celebrity injustice is. I didn't ask you that.
Yeah.
What's celebrity justice? All right, when you're going to make a cake, what you have to do.
They're telling They're telling me that Larry King actually has a good question in this next one.
He does.
Talking about race issue.
There were some Jackson supporters concerned over the fact there was no black on the jury, but composite of that community, of course, there was a black alternate. Were you concerned about the race issue?
Wow, that's a tough question.
Certainly, Michael Jackson is part of a very prominent African-American family, and initially we did hope there would be some African-American representation on the jury. But once the jury was picked, I always had a good feeling about this jury. I always felt they were very independent-minded. Nobody was going to intimidate them. They were going to take their job very seriously and be very fair, and I was correct.
No, you weren't. They went back to Dwayne Reed, the babbling idiots they were when they showed up.
Now that they said not guilty.
Yeah.
If they would have said guilty, it would have been...
There wasn't one black on the jury.
That's guaranteed. This lawyer, if they would have come back and said guilty, this lawyer would have been, well, the jury is racist. I knew it. There should have been more African Americans on this jury.
That Mark, what's his name?
Garagos.
Garagos is a smooth-talking son of a bitch.
All right, we got one more here.
Waltz is listening.
One more.
I only work with Michael Jackson. He's my only client.
One more here.
You like jurors who take notes?
Larry King.
Could someone, you know what?
Do you like Haagen-Dazs? I do.
This is
so creamy.
Nathaniel's running back to the office. Good. This is the bit today because they just quickly got the clips for us for the show, but you got to get all the Larry King questions.
He stinks.
Do you like jurors that take notes?
No, I prefer a juror who dozes off. You ass.
Listen to this again.
You like jurors who take notes?
I don't know how to answer that, Larry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think note-taking is an indication that someone's paying attention and very concerned about their job, but on the other hand, you can also be paying attention and absorbing what's going on without taking notes. So I don't really know how to answer that question.
I see your writing, Larry. What are you doing right now?
Yeah.
Look at that. Here's the church.
I'm just doodling. Do you like doodling?
He can't believe what a dumb... This is a lawyer for Michael Jackson, and he can't believe what an awful question he's just asked.
He was just asked an awful question.
Do I ask why Michael said he sleeps with boys on the Martin Bashir video? No.
No.
Do you like jurors who take notes?
Yeah.
Do you like ice cream, Doc?
Why can't he go into room 237? Who is he trying to bring into this situation? A cook?
Do you know if you could drive a car, you could drive a snowcat? I didn't know that.
Hello, is anybody home?
We'll be back after these words. KDK 12 to KDK 1. Do you have garlic?
Delbert Grady, Thursday.
Yeah, do yourself... I got to tear down the third wall because I get a lot of email on this. Do yourself a favor and watch The Shining if you want to be a fan of this show. All right, Anthony, Jimmy, Adam Farrar. We got some jokes that Leno and Letterman did on the Michael Jackson case.
Oh, there you go.
Some quick jokes. Let's see who did a better job. We like to do this from time to time. Here's Leno first.
Well, it's over.
Yeah.
Well, thank God now Michael will go back to being just another regular guy. Watch the game, have a brewski, yeah!
Not bad, right?
Dave?
I tell you, he's like, you know something? If he had been a black guy, he would have got convicted like that. You know, just, come on, let's be on our society, please.
Beautiful, a racial joke. Did you get the opening joke he did that night too?
Well, we fucked up on the taping, so we only have 3 Leno jokes.
There was one more
opening.
opening.
The opening,
I forget it, but it was it was good. The good news is he got acquitted. The bad news is he's going to Disneyland. A pedophile joke right off the bat, and then the racial joke, a pedophile and a racial joke right in the monologue.
Yeah.
You know, I was wondering, how does this make Martha Stewart feel? OJ goes free. Robert Blake walks. Michael Jackson, not guilty. She made a phone call. Hello, is this my broker? Prison! She's in prison! One phone call.
That's good.
What'd Dave do?
Well, let's listen to
sure
what Dave did.
Well, the verdict is in. Michael Jackson is not guilty. Not guilty. However, his plastic surgeon, guilty on all counts.
Wow, go for the plastic surgeon angle. Yeah.
Oh, you have Leno's jokes in there? Ooh.
I want to hear more of what the hip New York guy did.
Do you have the top 10?
They're a little more
we get it. You love Leno. We get it.
No, but I like that. That's
Our
what you
new
should
friend,
be doing.
Jay Leno.
That's what you should be doing. Go after the... If I never did Leno before again, I would still be saying this. Go right after the...
let's give Letterman a chance.
You're
here.
right. Oh,
a
my
couple
apologies.
more.
You're right.
After the verdict was handed down, the press were talking to the jurors, interviewing the jury, and one juror said that Michael's innocence was as plain as the nose on his face.
Oh, boy.
There you go. Another thing, don't mention pedophilia at all.
He might mention
He very well might.
He's warming up.
Don't kid yourself. The Michael Jackson trial was a huge, huge Hollywood event. The verdict was read by Liv Tyler and Colin Farrell. Yeah.
Ooh,
wow, that's really a hip New York joke.
Oh, jeez.
By the way, the one funny thing Leno did too that night was he said that Michael Jackson was met by... There was footage of Michael coming back in with his all those big SUVs taking him home. So they showed news footage, and he goes, yeah, and Jay goes, yeah, and his staff ran down to meet him, and they showed this stock Hollywood footage of a bunch of, like, white children in little shorts running down a hill. There was, like, 30 children trolloping down a hill to meet him. So his staff came to meet him.
Damn, that's funny.
It was, there's got to be that on the video. It's hilarious.
That's funny.
But, what do? Two plastic surgeon joke, a plastic surgeon joke, a nose joke, and a Hollywood celebrity joke.
I'm trying to help Letterman out here. Let's go to the next joke he did.
But, legal experts thought maybe the jury was near a verdict because earlier in the day the jury had asked the judge if they could see O.J.'s glove. You know, you'd be surprised. Michael Jackson, the whole ordeal, actually had his supporters. That's true. You find it hard to believe. Michael Jackson actually had supporters. In fact, even if he had been convicted, the chimp said that he'd wait for him.
Of course.
Said he would wait for him.
A monkey joke.
Of course, a chimp joke. Plastic surgery, a chimp.
Hollywood.
All safe. Nothing
And after the verdict was handed down, Michael said that he was thankful that he put his faith in the California legal system and a jury of 12 dumbasses.
Oh, there you go. Way to kind of say you thought he was guilty.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. I'm starting to see it Jimmy's way.
Absolutely.
A racial joke. If Michael was black, he would have been convicted. A racial joke. And that video of those kids running down saying this was his staff. Because it's obviously 1965 footage of shirtless boys. Right after him he goes. Right after him.
That's great stuff.
But, until people shake this stupid image of who's hipper... No, look, I'm not saying Letterman's not a funny guy, but he does not do anything edgy.
No.
And it bugs me.
And he used to be the edgy guy.
When Carson I always thought was the greatest, and Letterman would admit that Carson's the greatest.
I would know that you thought Carson was the greatest from your blog. Your blog entry.
He was Americana.
Part of Americana.
And I'm a jizz bucketer.
You guys, I got to take a break. I have so much urine in me, I'm shaking.
Urine makes you shake?
Yeah, it's cooling down my system or something. Cool. I don't know what's going on.
Radiator's full?
I got it like just...
Overflowing?
Oh, my God.
What is that?
We've been going an hour and a half. You want to play a brand new WoW song as we go to break on this fine
that's risky.
Wednesday? This is very risky. We didn't even hear this thing. All right, who did this?
Right here. Who cares? Shut up.
Larry King.
No, who did it, really?
I'm still laughing.
Gotta give him credit.
Surgeon, guilty on all counts.
Well, here it is, the WoW song by...
that's hysterical stuff.
Yeah, really way to stick with the issue. Way to really cut to the meat
Although
of it.
do you have the top 10 list? What he did he did Michael Jackson's top 10. There was something he said
Oh,
about
that's
your
right.
sham wife, which was very funny.
It was the top 10, I think, messages left on his
answering machine.
On his answering machine. I didn't see it, but Opie's shaking.
I've only come back from break because Opie and I are going to go tinkle, do a little helmet banging.
We'll be back after these words from Welch's Grape Juice. Welch's Grape Juice.
It's an antioxidant. Do you have oxidants?
Antioxidant. I had an uncle oxidant. He lost his wife, so I ran out of antioxidant.
All right, here we go.
At least I did it in a voice, asshole.
Wasn't me, it was the character.
It was Larry King. Anthony left the room.
I didn't count where you were going with that until you said Anthony, and I'm like, Auntie, I'm like,
oof. And then I try to do it again to reiterate that it was Auntie. Think.
Oh, Larry from Monaki.
Does Michael have all his toes? That's what I want to know.
What did the kid say his
oh, my God, I'm just walking out.
All right, hit it.
Well, here it is. We don't even know if this is good. Hawk is telling us to play it. It's a brand new WoW song by a guy named Half Man Wonder. Thank God it's Wednesday. Let's check this out.
Hello, cutie pie.
Cutie pie.
Virgin.
Brand new Jetta. She looks over at my dumpling and I'm a winking.
Are you a woman?
I take out my golden sticker and I hope that that'll tempt her. ABC's doesn't matter here to me.
That's good.
With 3 letters. When it works, my so day just got much better.
Sweet mother of God.
Look at me. I'm on TV.
That is a very immature attitude, young man.
Sabotaging the fat guy doing the weather.
Ow, broken.
I'd let her lead us to the can. The special day was made for man.
We see your stuff.
Only a freaking fool. Doesn't matter if you lack, whip 'em out and show your rack.
Guess how many boob dates are here? Excuse me.
You
have 30 seconds to wait.
If your lane is gonna pass, press those puppies on the glass.
Hurry up, very naughty.
You could do it on the freeway. Even better with a PJ. Get a good nipple rockin' my way.
Okay, terrific. Just when I think we said the stupidest thing ever, you keep talking.
You can do it on a Monday. You can do it on a Tuesday. But it's better on a Wednesday.
Wow, I didn't know that the town had so many sluts.
Excuse me, but I do believe that sucked ass.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
XM 202.
How was the WoW song? Let me tell you about the WoW song as we went to break.
I didn't hear it.
Well, let's start with Jason in Virginia. Go ahead, Jason. Speak for everybody.
I want that CD destroyed.
I got to hear it. I have not heard it.
We really did not hear it before we played it on the air. We took that chance because Hawk
Well, throw you under the bus. Hold on. Did you say it was good or no?
You pointed and said play this. I had a note from you last week. Remind me to play this on Wednesday. Okay, so that's what I was doing. I've never heard the song.
Have you heard it?
You are gay.
End of last week.
Dude, I can't even read all of the bad reviews of that song that's on Instant Feedback. It's Bob Kelly on vocals. The song is cock and it's longer than Stairway to Heaven. This song blows. Gayest song ever. That song fucking sucked. Turn it off. Turn it off. This is gay. There's a whole page.
It needs to be destroyed, Oak.
Hold on, Eric. Had you heard it? You heard the song.
I never heard the song.
Did you hear it?
You know
I
he
heard
did.
it when you reviewed it one morning last week. I did not review it.
Now you heard the song.
I had a note written down said Opie said to
How do you
remind
know
me
I
on Wednesday.
reviewed it?
You told me to remind
Care.
you on Wednesday.
Care.
Wait, you said you heard it when I reviewed it.
Yeah,
You
just
had
admit
a
you heard
CD
the
of
song
it.
and you kind of liked
I've never
it.
heard the
So
song.
what you're saying is you never heard the song.
Yes or no, Eric? Did you hear the song?
I heard it in here.
What'd you think of it?
You heard it when I was playing it. You were reviewing it. You told me to write a note to remind you to play it on Wednesday.
What'd you think of it?
It's terrible. It's a pop punk thing. Oh my God!
What, Ben?
Ben
finds something
It was
amusing.
great.
How do you feel about songwriters that use pens?
Did he say it was great? Yes. Wait, when did he say it was great?
Do you like Carole King?
When did he say it was great? When did he say it was great? When?
He just did.
Wait, on the air?
I don't know. It might have been off there. I've never heard. Let me.
Maybe he needs more sleep on a Tux mattress.
Here's the WoW song. Let's take a listen. All right, Eric.
Wow.
Don't lie ever again.
I'm not lying.
I've never heard this song.
What is this,
so
a
for you
zoo
to say
crew?
that you heard it while I was
zoo crew.
reviewing it is you're lying. I've never heard this song in my life.
I never heard it.
I would have thrown myself under the bus. Trust me.
Hey, wait,
I never heard this song. So for you to say you heard it while I was reviewing it is completely false.
Did Hawk say
Completely.
it was good? Because someone's saying he did. Do we have audio? Let's go back a couple of minutes. 'Cause if Eric didn't, I'm going to apologize.
Oh, wow. Really?
Of course. What?
We can actually listen a couple of minutes ago?
Of course we can. This is XM satellite radio. We can do what we want.
He's showing me an old note that says Whip 'Em Out song, pop punk band. That's great. It might have been a song that could have worked, but I'd never heard it. I'm telling you, I've never heard this song. I have no problem throwing myself under the bus. If it turned out I heard the song, then I would have said something, and then everyone would have jumped on me and laughed and blah, blah, blah. That's the show. That's what we do. I've never heard that
What's
song
the
in my
clip?
life.
He's got the clip.
All right,
Let's hear the clip.
Go ahead, Derek.
I haven't found it yet.
Oh, you gotta find
Yeah,
it.
I gotta go back and get it real quick.
All right,
So
All right,
hold
well,
on.
go find that clip. Ben's big hog is in that little room taking up all the area.
The song starts off okay. It has potential.
Yeah,
This
horn.
part, the car horn,
It's like whatever so far.
kind of party-like. Little Andrew WK. And then this. Ow.
Have you been drinking?
Hello, cutie pie.
Virgin.
Oh.
She looks over at my tumbling and I'm winking.
Are you a woman?
I take out my golden sticker and I hope that that'll tempt her.
A lot of work went into it, but I'll tell you, my friend, it's a little gay.
The production is great.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you have it.
It's a cool song if you're doing a Zoo Crew thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some wacky thing. But this show makes fun of dead children. This is not the show for a wacky song.
A lot of production. A lot of, the chorus isn't bad, the Whip 'Em Out part, but the vocals, a lot, on the just, ooh,
Hold that
Jesus.
golden sticker.
Yeah, ugh.
Yuck.
Put it in the glory hole.
You got it yet, Derek? We might be tossing Eric under the bus for no reason. I thought Eric said that it was a good song, but I could be incorrect as well.
I never heard that song. I'll tell you that much. Oh my God! Stop the computer. I want to pop this thing up again. Thank you. All right. Quick reminder: tomorrow, Anthony, you and I at RCS Experience in New York City. We're doing a rare public appearance
Whoa!
tomorrow. 56th and Madison. We're going to be there at noon tomorrow. Tons of stuff to give away. I mention this because this is pretty cool. Anyone who signs up for XM gets Yankee or Mets tickets and a free roadie, too, with the purchase of any XM receiver. So
You're doing a live appearance at 56 in Madison?
56 in Madison.
You got to
tomorrow.
travel a block, and I got to go to Columbus, Ohio tomorrow.
Are you doing Columbus?
Yeah, I'm in Columbus.
What's gig?
The Funny Bone.
Funny Bone in Columbus with Adam Farrar.
And where are you going to be, James?
What do you give out the number for the Funny Bone in Columbus?
Derek is giving us a sign that he's found it. So anytime
Hold on, I got to give out the Funny Bone number.
Yep.
972-404-8501. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's the Addison Improv in Dallas, where I will be.
Oh,
I apologize, Adam. My
stink.
bad. Tomorrow, Friday, Saturday only.
Plug Stomper.
That's why I can't do the appearance with the boys.
You're
'cause I'll be in
breaking
Dallas.
the Radio 101 rule.
We're confusing everybody.
Yes.
Whore.
Addison
One
Improv.
thought at a time. Now people are going to go to Columbus to see Opie and Anthony.
No,
and
you can
Adam
tell
Farrar
me
fans are going to be
56
a
in
block
Broadway.
away
We
from
broke
here.
the rule. We broke the rule.
56 in Columbus, Opie and Anthony, and you can catch Adam and myself together at the Addison Improv, June 16th to 18th, 972-404-8501.
If you go to the Columbus Funny Bone, you'll see me and Ellen, a special appearance by Jim Norton at the Columbus Funny Bone.
That's right. Opie and Anthony doing a live appearance tomorrow in Columbus, Ohio, at the Funny Bone. If you
Springsteen is going to be at the Columbus Funny Bone.
We got to go to Columbus Circle. What?
You sign up for XM, you get Yankee or Mets tickets. If you sign up for Sirius, you get a hand truck. What'd you find there, Derek?
Oh, Derek's got the clip.
All right.
Let's hear.
Well, here it is. We don't even know if this is good. Hawk is telling us to play it. It's a brand new WoW song by a guy named Half Man Wonder. I didn't circle it.
Was that it?
But
Hawk is telling us to play it?
See, he's still trying to throw me under the bus. What do I do, Anthony? I circle stuff I want to play, right?
Uh-huh.
Where it says, thank God it's Wednesday, the song. What do you see? No circle or line through it. That's because I haven't reviewed it yet.
Right.
That's how
There
I
you
do
go.
things.
Now try the glove
So
on.
as you try to prove that I knew about it, you're fucking yourself even more. Stop. Take your beating.
But
I have a whole system. If I don't circle it, that means I'm not playing it. I don't know what it's about yet.
Wow. Eric does not take the abuse very well.
Yeah, you get upset, Eric.
I notice he gets upset. He kind of just puts his hand.
You do a
his
good
head
job,
in his
Eric.
hand
Relax.
and-
You got to learn how to take a beating, though.
That's right.
You pushed the song. It stunk.
Like any good wife.
And
You gotta
now
learn
we're-
how to take that beating when you're
You
wrong.
know what it is? You never had it as a kid. Go to my house. Tell my father you want to be a comic. Just go
Oh,
through
there
that
you
for a
go.
while.
Big Joe.
Don't worry about it, Eric. Jesus.
Yeah, so what? You thought that WoW song was apparently, something that Pryor should have done in 1978. And you all thought it stunk. Whip him out!
And I thank you now because it gave us 5-10 minutes of good radio.
That's what's important, Hawk.
That's what it's about. All right. We got the Honeymooners review from Ebert.
Ooh.
Ebert reviewing movies. Nowadays, he's giving everything a thumbs up.
He really is.
I see it all the time in the paper, like movies that should not be getting thumbs up. He's giving thumbs up to everything. So, and well, this is what he had to say about the Honeymooners.
That's a much better idea.
Ralph and Alice Crandon live downstairs, and Ed and Trixie Norton live upstairs. They're neighbors once again in The Honeymooners, inspired by the classic Jackie Gleason TV series. Now, I was afraid this was going to be another one of those lifeless TV retreads, but the surprise...
That's exactly what it was.
I think that's what it is.
Good way that he mentions the racial angle, too, you stupid coward.
Yeah. Well, his wife is a black woman.
I know that, so we can't
And
be
I think-
honest.
Yeah, I think she has a lot of say over what he reviews and.
Me and Jim Norton
and
are
how
going
he
to do
reviews
Cooley
it.
High.
Cooley High?
Absolutely. I'm the best, and I'll shoot.
There'll be previews at the Columbus Funny Bone this week coming up.
Do you have a number for that, sweetie?
Damn, I don't.
Well, you should have one.
I know, you're more prepared.
I certainly am.
We're screwing it all up, man. That's all right, though. All right, back to the review.
Those lifeless TV retreads, but the surprise is this is a delightful comedy. Cedric the Entertainer and Mike Epps evoke Gleason and Art Carney without imitating them, and those were Gabriel Union and Regina Hall as Alice and Trixie, in a story where Ralph's get-rich-quick schemes endanger Alice's dream of a home of their own.
He had a drink to do this review.
Hey. The Brooklyn Youth Program is a program to keep young little brothers like ourselves off the street from stealing hubcaps and breaking in your house while you're not at home. Yes.
Ralph and Ed find a homeless greyhound in a dumpster and get the bright idea of entering him in a dog race. John Leguizamo is allegedly an expert dog trainer. The problem is neither the dog nor the trainer knows the first thing about racing.
Oh, my God, does this just sound awful?
You know how Sneddon just lost all credibility as a prosecutor? This asshole should lose all credibility as a legitimate critic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How is
many
he
people
giving
respected
this a
his
good
reviews
review?
for many
You
years.
are a bum, and you're allowing your home life to interfere with your professional life. You stink.
His wife won't let him give bad reviews to movies starring black actors. Just won't let him.
This is a delightful little thing.
Yeah, I had a drink. This piece of shit, but I gotta go home to her.
That's how he talks every week now.
Yeah.
I haven't watched him in years, and I saw him the other day. I couldn't believe it was the same guy.
Sounds like Siskel.
I'm really just laying here, and there are tubes in my arm, and
Medication is making me see things. Is Jackie Gleason black?
He stinks.
He's from Garlic.
It's really difficult to explain to people what I do for a living.
This is Cedric the Entertainer's best performance, not imitating Gleason, but creating his own Ralph Cramden.
Wow, wow, wow.
The supporting cast makes a big contribution, including Carol Woods as Alice's battle-axe mother, and Leguizamo was the flim-flam man who says, "I started with nothing, and I still have most of it left." I really like this movie.
Well, I'm sure
come
we
on.
saw the same movie because we were in the screening room together.
come on.
So I can't say did we.
Why you hear Ebert going? Come on,
Come on. No,
Because he
'cause
knows
now
the movie
this guy,
stinks, and
this
he's
guy,
like, "Can you help me out here?"
Now he's gonna throw him under the bus because it stunk.
Let me go back, because you hear him just going, "Come on," a couple times, because he knows. He knows it's awful.
I really like this movie.
Well, I'm sure
come
we
on.
saw the same movie because we were in the screening room together.
Come
So I can't say did we see the same movie because I know we did, but I'm giving this a thumbs down, Roger. I think you're being far too kind. I like the cast. They're very talented. They're very funny. They have a dreadful script to work with. The get-rich-quick schemes are dopey. And this Greyhound story, I mean, they spend so much time at the Greyhound track, and it's so silly and so stupid. I would have liked to see a lot more stuff in that apartment, in the two apartments, and the byplay between the two of them. Instead, we spend all this time in the sewer system and all this time at the dog track, and it gets away from what really would have made this a good film, and that's the interplay between the two best friends and the
come
wife.
on. The fact is, Ralph
come on.
Cramden always was getting involved in some kind of get-rich-quick scheme, and if you say it doesn't make any sense, of course.
But I mean,
it doesn't make any sense
they're
because
not-
his schemes never made
But I
any
mean,
sense.
but they were creatively inept. These are just dumb and not funny.
I think finding a dog in a dumpster and racing him at the track is kind of creatively
That's not
enough.
a scheme. That's
'Cause
a
you're
plot
drunk.
device. Falling in a dumpster in front of a.
I also love the train that they buy.
Oh, yeah.
That's 60 feet below street level, and they don't have any way to get it up. I mean, I just this is kind of like the idealization of what the honeymooners' basic thing was about, which is Ralph desperately trying in a goofy way to impress Alice.
Well, he spends a lot of time driving that bus around like it's his personal limo
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, he does.
Okay, we'll be back to recap this week's show.
Bravo for
Good, at least the
smashing
guy told him.
You really are a groveling, and both of them should be shot for not mentioning the racial angle and the obsession that Hollywood has with taking black people and putting them in old white roles. And I'm not saying that it's just annoying that they're doing it just to make some money without coming up with creative ideas. It's not necessarily a racial slam. It's just the lack of creativity in Hollywood.
Well, next year,
But
you know
that's
what we can
across
look
the
forward
board,
to?
the lack of creativity.
Of course, but they don't mention that. God forbid he should mention, why do we have an all-black cast doing it? For what?
Yeah, why?
Why? You don't need it. And it stinks. Maybe look, I didn't see the movie, so I can't trash it. But just the groveling way he's reviewing it
There
makes
are
me
sometimes
physically ill.
There are sometimes I don't need to see a movie to just know.
What?
I've seen enough of the trailer. The trailer nowadays shows you
Yeah.
all you need to know. Here's what we have to look forward to next year: a remake starring Cedric in the starring role that was originated by Rodney Dangerfield. Back to School. Remember Back to School?
Great movie.
Which was hysterical.
Yeah,
Sam
black
Kinison.
people.
Sam Kinison playing the professor in that one. It was hysterical. Burt Young, Sally Kellerman.
Yep.
And Back to School. Rodney Dangerfield, brilliant in that movie. Yeah, Cedric is now going to just start remaking white people's
Because he's a
roles.
safe black guy. He's not dirty. White people love him because he's safe and fun. Cedric is funny. He doesn't need to do this shit. Just
Why
can't he
is
come
he
up with some
taking these
original,
roles?
like Barbershop. I liked that. I thought it was
Yeah.
funny. It made me laugh.
really
There was
liked that
great
movie,
dialogue in it. Of course, they caught a lot of shit because he said something. The character said something about Rosa Parks that wasn't good.
Right.
But he was just playing this cranky old ass
Yeah.
That was a funny movie. Why aren't you just doing stuff like that? Because you're trying to capture the black audience by having black people in it and the white audience by making familiar roles. Why is this fucking Ebert not mentioning this? You
He's
groveling,
afraid of his wife?
pussy-whipped worm.
Afraid of his wife.
Can we get him on the phone? Is there any way we can get him interviewed?
Ask him the tough questions.
I'd love to. I can't wait.
What
We
do
got
you
that
think
guy.
of
I understand you
bake.
Anthony, rewinding just a bit here.
If you weren't an entertainer, what would your name be?
Dude, what is this?
Cedric the Deli Worker?
Oh, yeah, we'll do that in a second. Thanks, Eric. I got a note from Derek. There's a new sweeper honoring our own Eric.
There is.
As Eric gives the finger
I've heard
to the
all
booth.
kinds of rumors that there have been things like this in the past. Little sweepers that honor Eric, and Eric deletes them from the system.
Is that true?
I've heard this. No?
No, it's not.
I'm not saying it is true. I'm saying I've
asked
heard this. And I prefaced it as saying it was a rumor. You have never deleted anything that was a sweeper that had maybe content that might have been yours.
No, there was stuff that was moved because there was a time we couldn't play certain things.
Like what?
Steve C. is in here now. This is where I heard the rumor.
That's right.
From our own Steve C.
You're going to hear it perfectly clearly.
Yes. Steve, if
Listen
you would
to the
take the
diction
mic for a minute.
And this face smashing.
I've heard that Eric took a few things off of Delette that were supposed to be played because they goofed on him a
Here
bit.
comes Ben. When it's not about Ben.
Oh, Ben loves it.
Ben runs
loves
in
it.
all giggly.
Oh, sends his hog in for recon first to see what's going on, and his hog goes back and tells him.
There were definitely a few production pieces that were made where we were making fun of Eric that mysteriously vanished. I don't know who did it.
Okay, mysteriously vanished. There we go.
We don't keep an eye on him all day, so I don't really know. But it's awfully. But Eric spends a lot of time with this Delette system. So
how's that barrel fitting on you today, there, Eric? A little tight.
Especially by Steve, who has like the cut-off sleeves and is still sweating. How do you
Profusely.
still have a sweat stain
I-
when you cut the hole out of your?
It is
out
so
of your pits.
It's unbearably hot in that studio that I'm in. It is.
Jesus.
There's no air conditioning in there, so I'm just sweating like crazy. So yeah, sweepers would vanish, production pieces
Wear
would
a
vanish.
shirt with snow on it. Maybe that would cool you off a bit.
Now, what's a sweeper that vanished? Give us an example.
There was for a while the one where it starts off, and now let's listen in on an Opie and Anthony show prep meeting, and then there was some people moaning, and then Anthony pipes in with "Stop ruining the show, Eric."
Right.
That one vanished for a while.
Well, Eric's saying no, it didn't.
I gotta defend Eric. Why would he?
I don't know,
that?
but
That's
I don't know if it was
pretty
vanished
innocent.
or being reorganized. There was the other one where Eric was reading a passage from Rent Boys that vanished for a while.
Ooh, well, I took that home with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That one up and walked away for a while. So I made sure I put that one.
Where are they, Hawk?
Uh-oh.
Eric got him?
Oh. He's not happy.
I have the Rent Boy one if you want to hear it.
Yeah, let's hear that.
It's a little bit explicit, so.
Yeah, but
That's
all
okay.
right.
All right,
Okay.
hold on.
Pull over and yank him out, fellas.
So some say that this disappeared for a while.
Yes.
All right,
Right
let's take a listen to it.
The Opie and Anthony Show presents True Confessions, filled with honesty, compassion, and understanding. Today, young Eric admits his love for hot, juicy man meat.
I flipped on the news when I got home, but I couldn't concentrate. I kept thinking of Jason. His washboard belly, his tightly clipped dick, his beautiful chest, his succulent rosy nipples, his pale smooth ass. Next thing I knew, I had my pants down around my knees and my shirt pulled up to my armpits. My nuts dropped down between my outspread legs, nestling warm and heavy against my sweaty asshole. I took a long pull on my dick, envisioning Jason's ruddy lips nuzzling against the glistening, sticky crown. As I continued to jack off, I fantasized about burying my face in his crack, tonguing the funky treasure hidden between those perfect ass cheeks.
Funky treasure. Oh my God, how vulgar that was.
Stay tuned for another edition of True Confessions
I envisioned Jason squatting over me.
on the Opie and Anthony Show.
That's funny, man.
That's a great
funny.
one.
So yeah, that one up and left for a while.
Well,
How did that bit never come back, by the way? That was a pretty funny bit, occasionally punishing someone
it
with
was
that.
just deeply disturbing for everyone
Wow.
involved.
That's the beauty of
The
it.
listeners, the person that had to read. All right. Well, we have a brand new sweeper about Eric, huh? All right, let's debut this on the O&A program.
Unpredictable, unleashed, unruly, unwashed, unkempt. I stink.
Next thing I knew, I had my pants down around my knees and my shirt pulled up to my armpits.
Shut up!
No, who cares?
I can't believe you fell for that again.
Damn you, Hawk!
Pretty good.
I tried to tame it down. I didn't want to put too much explicit stuff in there, but a little disco with Eric is
all right. Very
well
good.
placed.
All right. Where are we going next? We did the honeymooners thing, right?
Ramon, bring me some antiperspirant. Jesus Christ.
Wow, that's really bad.
Would you back over a child
Blast him
5
with
minutes
that.
ago?
Blast him with that.
He's trying to pull ribbons and blood off his bumper before his wife gets home. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to get his shovel in a small box. I don't want to go to jail.
All right. Wow. We should play the Phil Jackson audio and the Shaq audio. Phil Jackson, no surprise, re-signed with the Los Angeles Lakers.
What?
I know it's NBA talk.
No, I'm just a little beat, a little exhausted. I have to get this off my chest quickly. The news has gotten me scared shitless, and because of it, I can't sleep. I'm serious. Last night I probably got the least sleep that I have gotten since we started working here. It's total sleepless nights now for a couple of nights because the news has me all wound up. Newsday. Spike in home invasions feared. Seems a Massapequa couple out on Long Island and their son were woken early Monday morning by 2 armed robbers who locked them in the bathroom and ran away with their cash and jewelry. Nassau police said. Nassau County, Long Island. The incident put the number of home invasions in Nassau to 17 so far this year, more than twice the number that occurred in all of 2004. Now, it's only 17, but they have me all scared because they said the home invasions, 2 patterns of home invasions, one in the Five Towns area of Long Island, the other in Old Westbury, Lake Success vicinity. I live in Lake Success. So they're telling... They said that late at night, they enter the homes through an open window or an unlocked door, something like that. I don't think they've been breaking anything. And tying people up, locking them in a room, and robbing them. So now I hear this on the news. I punch it up on the website, and I'm like, all right, it happens, whatever. So I try to go to sleep, and every little creak I hear now, every little, maybe a little... acorn falling off a tree and hitting the roof or something, I'm up, freaked out, waiting for some animal to come in my room.
Do you have a good alarm system?
I'm just scared, waiting for... First of all, I wouldn't say on the air if I have an alarm system or not.
Okay, I'm sure you do.
I have a great alarm system in that house.
I would get like that Indiana Jones big ball that rolls out when they move the little statue head.
Ant's already got that in his pants.
It's just, they scare the crap out of me. Because now I can't sleep because every sound I hear, I think, is somebody breaking into the house. An alarm is great, Someone decides to throw something through your sliding glass window, run in for a big hit and run like that. What are you going to do? So now I can't sleep. I'm serious. I cannot sleep now. I was up every hour last night.
Here's what you do, dude.
What do I
have? You got the advanced alarm system, which will wake you. And you guys sleep in one area of the house. And I know a guy in porn who does this. This might sound crazy. Get yourself a gun.
Yeah.
Get a gun. Keep it in your room. And if anybody breaks in, you pull your pistol out, man. Because the alarm will alert you that they're there. There's no way they're going to get anywhere near your room
before I can pull out the heat.
Before you can pull out your pistol, man.
Lay down some lead.
Absolutely. You pull out a pistol, get night vision goggles. As crazy as that sounds,
yeah, that's Silence of the Lambs
Shut
stuff.
the lights out. Put on the night vision. I'd rather swing like a Mossberg, just in case there's a couple of them.
No,
I don't want to have to be I don't want to have to be good with
I'd say you get
a single shot.
Get a shotgun.
That's what I mean. Get a nice Mossberg riot gun.
Yeah. I say you get a panic room.
I'm loving the idea of a panic room where just metal slides down in front of the doors and windows of my bedroom, and I'm just in there going.
Nah, 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 nah. I don't care what you take. It's all insured. Go ahead. You want to get me?
Okay, look. I'll open the door for like a second, and then I'll shut it again. Here we go. And no, I'm not going to open the door, idiot. I'm in here. You can't get me.
Where's the DVD? Where's the DVD player?
N-word, N-word, N-word.
Oh, no, you didn't.
N-word, N-word.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Just, please don't steal the mezuzahs from the door.
What's the mezuzah?
So how
petrified.
get a gun? Yeah, how are you going to solve this problem?
I am going to get a Mossberg pump shotgun.
There you go.
And keep it. Because you know what I have right now? The only weapon I have
paintball
besides my bed right now? No. I have a rapier. I have a sword.
It's not even real. It's probably one of your online ones, you mo.
No, it's a very...
Hold on, you. Put on your wizard hat with the stars on it.
I'm going to cast a spell. Look, I've rooted him. He cannot move.
I'm a level 70, and he's still kicking me in the balls and duct taping me. This isn't right.
What level are you? I didn't see your character available when I signed on.
Level 357. Oh, I see.
No, I have a sword. I have a sword.
What is it called? What is
It's
it
a
called?
rapier. It's a thin blade.
It rapes you?
Like a fencing sword, but it's bigger than a fencing sword.
All right.
It's a heavier blade. But what am I going to do with that? You don't bring a sword to a gunfight.
Yeah, maybe
everyone knows that.
Maybe you and Kevin the faggot can go LARPing around your bedroom and fucking 10 yams steal your couch.
Put on your big boots and your mask. Don't worry, I'm almost there.
I'm almost there.
I'm gonna come kick your ass.
Traipse around there and
on guard. Like an idiot. Avast!
How about get a
Leave
shotgun?
these premises.
Avast!
Lest I run ye through. What a faggot.
Wait till you taste my steel, home invader.
I'm gonna get in a sword fight. I'm Errol fucking Flynn.
He'll tie you to the radiator with the fucking thing that closes your robe, your wizard robe.
Oh, Christ.
You try to look like a wizard, instead you look like you're in Dog Day Afternoon. I don't know what's going on here. Bunch of crazy people they are.
Oh, what a mess.
Here's a guy that took care of the situation.
Mossberg.
James in Texas. Go ahead, James.
Hey, guys.
Hey, man.
2 years ago, my dad and I were in our house, and we're a typical Texas family. We got about 50 guns laying around. And
it's Texas,
two guys
of course.
busted in about 6 a.m., and my dad had a shotgun, I had my pistol, and we kind of caught him in the act. And one guy tried to make a break for it. They're still inside the house. In Texas, you're allowed to shoot if they're inside the house and you feel a quote-unquote threat.
Yeah.
So he blasted one guy right in the back with a shotgun. He made it out to the front yard and collapsed. And then the cops finally showed up. So I guarantee you, that's a perfect example of a deterrent system.
Absolutely.
That is a deterrent. My father out in California years ago, some guy was trying to break into his work shed out back, and he went out back and he used to have this friggin' .357 Magnum that was just ridiculous. I remember shooting it as a kid, and you might as well have just lit an M80 in your hand and held it. That's what it felt like. Just you'd feel this thing explode. And he went outside, and I love how, in his inimitable style, how he told the story, because it was a black gentleman, although he didn't quite use those words.
I called him a fella?
You should have seen this big end.
Oh, brother.
He was scared shitless, laid down on the ground, and he held him there and called the cops. And they arrested him, so he didn't shoot him, but it was always fun like that around my house. Some big end was trying to break into my shed. Oof-ah. Yeah, held him there at gunpoint.
Fine example of a home invasion, which was almost stopped, was Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker.
Oh, yeah.
Was obviously committing murders and barbaric rapes and breaks into this couple's house. He shoots the husband on the couch. He runs in to get the wife. They're old people.
Yeah.
She has a shotgun under the bed. She pulls it out and points it at him.
Hey, I remember this.
And he's stopped in his tracks. And she fucking pulls the trigger. Click.
Click.
Click. Their grandchildren had come that week, so they had unloaded the gun.
Unloaded the gun.
Click. So he then proceeds to kill her. Now, this dummy should have just pointed the gun at him and made him leave.
Right.
And I'm sure he would have left. You don't question a shotgun.
Hard language. You get out of here.
Get
the hell out. Yeah.
I don't care how much you think Satan's on your side.
Get the hell out of here.
I don't care how many bad teeth Puerto Ricans with their pants tucked into their socks break into my house.
Well, you know something? She should have pointed the shotgun at him, but she wanted to kill him.
Yeah,
she thought she was assuming it was loaded. Probably surprised the shit out of her when it just went click.
Do you know the sound, how horrible that must be when he stopped and you hear click, and then he comes towards you and you hear another click, and you're like, oh, no.
And then he has a nice big smile on his face.
You're dead.
You're dead.
Click.
Hey, guys, I got to interrupt this. Mary Carey's here, and she's got to leave in a few minutes. I didn't realize that.
All right, bring her in. She made the news. Having dinner with the president, I guess.
Really? Well, she was in the same
well,
room. I mean,
was it
it's
one of those dinners?
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
She
it was
in
a
the
home
same
invasion. She broke into the White House.
Broke in?
She was in the
There
back.
was Bush with his rapier.
I'm sure she was at the back table.
Here's the weapons.
Don't move.
Give me a piece
I'll
of
run
gum,
you
Hawk.
through.
There's a
I
check
bet you we
coming in.
had better seats at the Donald Trump roast. Let's just
think?
put it that way, yeah.
Thanks, Hawk.
Mary, we had no idea you had to leave right away. I'm sorry.
I didn't know.
Yeah, they're telling us you got to get out of here.
Someone's suggesting I should slap the home invader across the face with a huge leather glove and carve a script A into his fat farm gear with my rapier, and then challenge the perp to a duel. Pistols at 20 paces, sir. I am an ass. I have archaic weaponry. Yeah, I'll hit him with a catapult.
You hear a crash.
quick.
You're tying your mask on.
Could you please go out 500 yards so I could hit you with my trebuchet? I'm awful.
I understand you have one of those things that Davy slew Goliath with.
Yes, I could spin it around and hit him in the head.
Jesus.
Why don't I get some up-to-date weaponry? A sword.
Mary Carey in studio.
Hi. There
I
she
know,
is.
I'm sober this time.
You're all alone?
I know, I miss her. You know what? But I've kind of been distancing myself from her because
Have you?
I find it to be dangerous hanging out with her because it gets to the point where she's falling down in the clubs or, you know. Just
Talking about the time that she brought, what was her name?
Tony
again?
Roberts.
Yeah, Tony Roberts.
Yeah, and we.
I love her, but.
And we had her crying like crazy.
Yeah, she's.
Or actually,
and she-
Anthony had her crying.
I was just saying that she looked a little intoxicated when she was in.
I mean,
she took it personally.
I admit I'm drunk, but she does it a lot. We have fights all the time. Like.
You know what? To make
every
it up to
night.
her, tell her I
She doesn't
want to.
remember who you guys are. That's the best thing of it.
I want to buy
said-
her a trip to Aruba. I'd like to book her at a Holiday Inn in
She doesn't even
Aruba.
remember the radio show. I told her I was coming, and she doesn't remember.
Really? That doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me at all.
No,
God damn, you mean we could have fucked her?
Yeah, probably. She's so funny.
So you went to this Republican fundraiser?
Yeah.
And,
wait, one more tiny thing. This is funny, too.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I told her I'm going to meet the president. She goes, I love Bill Clinton.
Oh, my God, she
that
thought
he was still in
he was
office.
still president.
Yeah.
Nice.
You drank a lot?
Wow.
Yeah, we both do.
That is
She
really
actually got me
stupid.
drinking less, but yeah, okay. So I met President Bush.
You did?
I didn't really get to meet
Now,
him.
this was
they
kind of
actually
a-
they kept me far away from it.
This was a big news story. We had read it in the news that you showing up at this thing,
Yeah.
and some people were a little upset about this, saying that, you know, a porn star should not be at one of these presidential dinners. Did any of these people that didn't like you approach
I
you or
had
talk
one
to you?
religious woman towards the end of the night who came over to me and goes, I don't know what it is, but God's got a plan for you. I'm not sure what, but God likes you. And
Yeah.
There's hope in your life. And she started going on and on.
Yeah.
And
Suck that cock.
no, I guess earlier she went over to I had a little handler, like the first day,
Wait, can we
thing
back
I
up though? Why were you invited?
Yeah.
The owner of my porn company donates money to them, I guess.
There
and he
you
got
go.
a thing in the mail that
Isn't that
said,
great?
Why would he, though?
want
The
to-
Republicans are going after
Well,
porn.
he did it once because they sent him a thing in the mail saying they would put his name in the Wall Street Journal if he gave $400. So he just did it just to be funny, you know, like. And
Yeah.
so they invited him to this and said for $2,500 a person, you can go to this. And so he did. And I met some really perverted old Republican men.
Of course.
Yeah, they all are.
One of them,
They're all perverted.
Yeah, one of them, like, their sister owns strip clubs. They're going to book me at their strip clubs. Another one offered me money for him to do stuff with his sons.
Wow.
Which one offered you money?
I don't want to say his name.
Why
but
not?
Go ahead.
You can say it. It doesn't
Oh,
mean
no,
anything.
he's just like a rich Republican guy. Like, he's not like a congressman or anything. But he did tell me his parties for the congressman that I can go to, and I can get some girls together, and they'd pay us well.
Did he offer you a lot of money? Did you do it? That's the key.
No.
Why?
Why? Because you know, his sons. Well, it was with his sons too, and he was really gross. This guy. And then
Really?
His sons was
Is he
really
known? Would you know?
Oh
Like-
no, I mean I didn't know. I guess he told me owns David Copperfield. Whatever. Like he's like
What?
He's one who puts David Copperfield like on tour and stuff.
Oh, really?
David Copperfield's manager or something.
I guess he owns, I don't know, some company. I could show you guys his card later.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see it.
Any politicians come up to you and say
No.
anything?
The only person I thought was really cool that I met was the guy from the NRCC. When I got there, this little guy in a suit goes up to me and told me he's going to follow me everywhere I go. And they have to make sure that I don't go up to congressmen. And if I do, because we were going to try to get pictures hoping that...
They don't want pictures with a porn star and a congressman for,
But some congressmen
it'll
ask
show
you
up
for
on a
an
re-election
autograph.
commercials.
Yeah.
Do you want to elect this man? And they'll show a picture of you shaking hands.
And even this guy then, is like, we started hanging out, and then he was afraid to go out with me after the thing ended because his boss was saying you can't be seen hanging out other bars because you could jeopardize your credibility and your career. And so I was kind of insulted by that,
Well, you got to understand, these people are, they can't even be seen a little bit interested in you and what you do.
Yeah, and he was getting in trouble, too, because we were, like, talking the whole time. He was cute, but...
Did you see Bush?
Yeah, I did
Yeah?
see him. Yeah, he's kind of far. They gave me, like I said, they put me at a table. Because I guess that I found out with the inside what they thought. They were having meetings thinking I was going to, like, streak or run up and flash him.
Yeah,
and they were like,
great.
they would have people plan to, like this guy who I thought was cute, Ed, he was supposed to tackle me and, like,
Secret Service
and jump on
snipers.
me. Yeah, they were like, had people watch me at all times. Like, second I'd show up, they'd be watching me, they'd report where I go and everything.
What'd you wear?
I actually wear a very conservative
You did?
long black dress because I wanted to, like, fit in, and then I got, like, my nails, so...
Nice. Red, white, and blue.
I thought it was so
Patriotic.
creative. I was really, I don't know. I really liked the nails.
That's cool.
When I came up with it, I was so excited.
Sure, it's creative.
And did they put you as far away from the president as is humanly possible in the
there's
same
actually-
room?
You're at the
There's
kids'
actually- table.
Yeah.
I could have been like 1, 2, 3. There was like 5 tables more away. I could have been, but I was pretty far away.
Pretty far away, but you
I
were
don't
able to
mind-
see him?
Yeah, I could see him, as far away.
I can see him on the big screen.
Yeah. I didn't, I was
on the
having fun
Jumbotron they had.
talking to my NRCC guy. He was hot. I wanted to have sex with him, but
NRCC?
he was in the National Republican Congressional Committee.
Oh,
I just learned what that meant the other day. I actually like Republicans now. They were fun. A
Yeah.
lot of them get really, really drunk. Oh, at the end of the night, though, when I was in my hotel, they were all like, just, coming up to me and, telling
In your
me I
hotel?
love them. Yeah.
Open the door, we'll name a bill after you.
Yeah, they were, but I was nervous, like I said about religious people, but it's mostly the businessmen that go to this because it's tax write-off for them,
and businessmen are a bunch of perverted
Yeah,
bastards.
and towards the end of the night, and the best was one of the women, this woman comes up to me and said that her boss is a congressman and he wanted my autograph, but I didn't want to send an autograph for a congressman because I didn't want to. I don't know. They'd somehow blame me for something, so I'm like, I can't do that. So I signed it to her and she's gonna give it to him.
Big fan.
I took lots
Congressman.
of photos with people. The girls,
Yeah.
some of the girls didn't like me as much,
Of course
Well,
not.
of course not. A lot of stuffy Republican wives and
I get
stuff.
in the elevator and I heard one go, ugh. Like,
Ugh.
Really?
Actually, an ugh.
ugh.
That's great.
But the guys are all waving at me. But then, some of the girls loved me. Some of the girls thought I was hilarious. Or they're like, then yesterday night, one guy comes over to me at the bar. It was like 1 in the morning. He goes, you see that girl in the black dress? She wants to lick your tits. I was like, what?
Whoa.
I was like, he's like, that's my wife.
Was that
And then
Pat
another
O'Brien?
guy told me that we should have a threesome
Name was
with
Betsy.
them.
Yeah, a threesome.
I was just surprised, like I said, because I thought they were conservative, but no.
Yeah.
And they drink as much as Tawny, some of them, so.
Really?
I would
Yeah.
have loved to have heard
They're
that.
known as being real uptight, but they're thinking in their head they are more perverted than anybody.
But like the NRCC people in charge, they were very uptight. Like the people running the event.
Yeah.
But I guess it's because they live there and they
Of
are
course.
involved in politics. And I was really disappointed. I was trying to really convince, the guy that I liked to come. And I told him if he didn't come out with me, 'cause I wanted him to watch a basketball game with me. So I kept trying to leave the event to go watch a basketball game. And he was afraid to. And then I was like, if you don't go with me, I'm going to say your name all over the newspapers. Because some of the newspapers and yes, they were asking who's the guy that you were talking about during your press conference. Because he was hid, yeah. He's so cute. So he's going to come visit me in L.A.
Did you bang him?
What I would.
You would? No problem,
Did
right?
you bang anyone that night?
No, I haven't had sex for like 2 days.
Aww.
I know how you feel.
It's my birthday today. It's my birthday.
It is?
And I want birthday cock.
She wants birthday cock.
Sarcastic birthday cake.
How old are you?
Where's Ben?
25.
Cut her off a slice of
I'm getting
birthday
old.
cock.
I mean, what else?
He's got plenty.
No, but still, I took a train here at like 3 in the morning. We just got in, and I met a guy who just got out of Iraq. and he was sitting like right behind me, and the person, he didn't know who I was because he's been out of the country for like a year, but the guy next to him was like, oh, it's Mary Carey, she's a porn star. So I was like, oh, come and sit with me. He's 22, he's so cute, and he hadn't seen, like, he's a girl just with hair like down, turns him on. So I sat with him, I slept on his lap, and he's big fans of you guys. He's like, where are you guys going? I'm like, Opie and Anthony. He's like, oh, I've been fans of them for years, back when, was it like Connecticut? Were you guys in Connecticut?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, he's fans of you guys.
Connecticut, Boston.
Oh.
Same thing.
Well, I don't know your history. Like, this guy was like telling me your guys' history, and he wanted to come so bad and see you guys and meet you, but he had to go see his family.
Why didn't you sleep with him on the train?
I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I would have told him if I wouldn't have fallen asleep.
Yeah,
and then
form a
I didn't know.
Patriot Act.
I was telling him to come with me to New York. I'm like, why don't you just not
You
go?
could have done him in the bathroom.
No, but he's
know.
going to try to get here tonight.
This
maybe.
dummy could have banged Mary Carey and he just stayed on the train?
No. He had to leave to go to New York to see his family because he's been out of the country for like...
Screw that. I stay on the train.
I don't feel my business playing with my hair. I was laying on his lap.
You stay on the train and you go see Mom later. She'll be there.
Right. She'll understand.
Cute. Yeah, I think he's going to go. He's so cute.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. He was showing you pictures of people getting blown up and everything.
That's what happens over there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like fun over there.
No, that's why he should have gotten laid.
You're watching the NBA Finals, Mary? I know you're a big basketball fan.
Yes! I want to have sex with a Piston.
How many?
I'll settle for a Spur.
Well, she's had sex with a lot
Actually,
of
one
NBA
of the players I met
players.
a while ago, a Clipper guy, well, he's not a Clipper anymore. He got cut right after I met him at the game. He called me this morning. I hadn't talked to him for a while because I don't know why I just haven't. And he's like, it's hard to understand him sometimes, too. And something about he saw me in the news, and I thought he said he's in Fort Lauderdale, but he just said, no, I want to fuck. Call me. I saw you on the news.
Do you have that message? Why is it hard to understand him?
Because a lot of them talk like, really, like, I don't even know if I can do it like, it was this guy, remember the Clipper game? Remember the Clipper game? And I'm like, who? He's like, remember, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. And I'm like, oh, and they mumble. I wonder if I have any.
How many NBA players have you had sex with? Be honest. Give us a number.
2 at least?
I have to go to the teams. My goal.
Wow. She has to go by division. Wow.
No, my goal is to have one from every team.
You ever have sex with a Piston?
That's a great goal to
have.
have.
I had a couple tips.
Your bench has depth.
Yeah.
No, I really like, my dream player is Ben Wallace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he would just wreck you, man.
he's like a big monster, like, you know.
He's
married though, but that doesn't stop most of them. So.
Would you drink out of his mule, Ben Wallace?
Does that mean
give him oral sex?
Oh, I don't know.
Why?
Maybe I don't know. Might be really big. I don't know. Though. I heard that another big player has a small one. So
who'd you
he's
hear?
the biggest guy.
Shaq.
Yeah.
Shaq
has a small mule.
Shaq has a little
yeah,
mule.
that's what I heard.
Yeah, it's probably 10 inches, but if you're 7'1", it looks small.
That's true. No, Ben Wallace is my dream guy, and then I like what? Yeah, he's just really hot. I don't know why. He's got that whole I don't know.
He would wreck you.
How big did you hear Shaq's is?
You know, I heard like 5 or 6 inches. I don't know. This girl
little
could
tiny
be
thing.
Unreliable. I know that she's been with
probably
a lot.
7.5, and that just looks small on him.
I met her in Denver at the All-Star game. There's a lot of girls like me out there.
Yeah.
That get flown out by different people that hang out.
I love that.
Screw the players, yeah.
Well, no, it's really cool. It's all
Plain ticket.
Any girl wants to be. Yeah, no. The best was, I'll say his name because he's dumb. Wesley Person. Do you guys know who that is? He was, I don't know, he was on the Heat, now he's a Nugget. And he went out with me and my friend Jessica James, another boyfriend. He had no sense. He was so dumb. And he's like, telling us if you lose weight, your blood goes. He's like, when your blood goes to the tubes and it clunks. And my friend Jessica goes, when it what? He goes, when it clunks. And she goes, do you mean clump? He goes, no, I mean when it clunks. And he's like, he doesn't make no sense. You know what I mean?
Holy Jesus.
Like, they make no sense, a lot of them.
Yeah, really, I would assume.
And they smoke a lot of weed, a lot of them.
Yeah?
Yeah, like a lot.
Is that's him right there?
He looks
kind of scary. He's ugly.
Wow.
I didn't have sex with that one.
He
actually ended up leaving me and Jessica. We brought him to Bill Maher's show. Bill Maher invited me to the show. I'm like, what?
Of course he did.
So I bring him to the show. This basketball player is like, I never heard of Bill Maher. Who Bill Maher? I'm like, well,
Who Bill Maher?
Who Bill Maher? I'm like...
I'm sure Mr. Maher wanted to have sex with you.
Yeah, I actually got a message. I have a Playboy show he watches, and he called me like, I'm in my hot tub watching Totally Busted.
Oh, I'm in my hot tub. Me, Betsy.
Yeah.
If you're into this...
Yeah, my friend actually had sex with him now.
What'd you say?
He's just too old for, I can't do the whole, have sex with really, people I'm not attracted to thing.
Right.
Yeah.
How about dumpy comics? You ever bang a dumpy comic?
I'd love to. You're cute.
Oh.
It's my birthday. I need birthday cock.
Ooh.
I'll settle for anything right now. It's been a couple days.
Don't even tempt.
I couldn't believe I couldn't.
Don't even tempt Jimmy. We got Jimmy or those toys up above if you need.
Actually, my vagina just came out like 2 weeks ago. It's really
In
cute.
a toy?
Yeah.
They did a
It's actually the box is so
It's like,
funny.
wow, you've been fucking a lot of basketball players and your vagina fell out? What?
I didn't know that was your goal. And
I
that
love it.
you
I love giving it out
accomplished
my vagina. I love like being like,
I was like, what? My vagina came out.
No, I actually took like a big black dildo and stuck it in my vagina. I was like, oh,
Really?
It looks like.
Wait, can I ask? How do they make your vagina? I think I saw it on Real Sex once.
They,
but what do they do?
They pour like.
They actually pour stuff in there,
on
right?
You. Like you sit on their legs, like I can't even do it, but and they pour stuff on you. And
They just get the outside and kind of the lips and stuff.
yeah, it's great because in the box it says full lips and it says nubby interior.
That's yours
I love
right
it.
there, huh?
Oh, is it my
Let me see
toy or
hers.
is this my vagina?
Yeah, that's
we got
your
it right
toy.
there.
How did you guys find it?
How do we find
Everything's
But
on the
box-
floor.
The box is great. It's like gives you orgasms. That thinking only about Mary Carey's tits can give you or something. I just like the nubby interior. I told the guy I'm kind of seeing to try it out while I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like go get some. And he has like, okay. And I'm like, you're really gonna try it out? Don't try
Do
that
guys
out.
really use these things though,
I don't
or
know, it's
is it
really
more of something just to have because they're into the into you?
No, I think the guys that
You really think they use it?
I mean,
it just seems like it would be weird.
I want to try one out. I've never tried a pocket thing. I've never tried none of the toys at all.
Well, I've seen these dildos and they suck. They're definitely not like the real thing.
Maybe someone could explain how they use one of these things.
I know, I love
and
it.
what a
It's just
nubby
having-
interior. It
Just
sounds like
having the vagina, it seems weird.
It sounds like mounting
Do you
a
build
mountain bike tire.
It looks like a little sleeve that you.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And
But,
you hold
like
on to
rubbery.
but does the guy build like a pillow woman around it? Like, what do you do?
Good.
You can't just hold the pocket vag.
It
And,
looks
and
like
go
it's
to
got
town.
a little thing you hold.
Well, my other one's coming out is actually giving me like my butt and everything.
Oh, really? The whole bottom end and
You
everything?
should have your guys send me one. I'll use it. I'll use it and review it.
Give it a
Really?
review.
I'm gonna try
I've
it out
never
on
used it.
someone.
Yeah, Jimmy will try out your vag.
My badge. No, I really. I don't know. I'm gonna start sending it out to people like basketball players for like presents and stuff.
What do you like, the black cock or the white cock?
I don't really care as long as it's
You don't
NBA
care?
cock.
Just NBA cock, yeah.
That would be black.
No,
yeah.
I am. One of them was white. I'll say
One
the
of
names.
them.
I don't like them.
Oh.
Mario Cassoon on the Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
He's I met him at a club. Yeah, in Orlando, and I went and sat like front row. We got all this money. Me and Hannah Harper sat front row at the game, and we were so drunk. Like I don't even remember. I don't remember half the games I go to. It sucks because like the best. Oh, when I went to the Heat and the Pistons game, I sat in the third row next to Shaq's wife, and I was so drunk with Tawny. And Shaq's wife was like some people next to me, and I was screaming and being loud. They're like, "Some of us are trying to watch the game." I'm like, "Shut up, ugly cunt!" I can't say that word.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and then I
Shaq's
was,
wife?
No, the one next to her. And then I was just, I don't remember the half of the game. I can't remember this from halftime on. But people who saw me there were like, you were so into it. I was jumping around, and then at the end of the game, Ben Wallace went over to the scores table, and I went running to the table and stood there and started crying because I couldn't believe I was seeing him up close.
After so much black cock, after sex, do you do a handstand and they practice free throws?
That's a good idea.
That would be like, I would assume they're all large gentlemen.
Yeah, let's see. Most of them are. The biggest was the white one, Mario.
Really?
This was like a soda can. It was so big. I was so drunk. Oh, it was so good, though.
The size of a soda can, because if it actually looked like a soda can, that
it was
could
like
be frightening.
That fat
Little
and
pop
a little
top
longer.
on it.
It's huge. My friend Hannah had sex with his best friend in the bed next to me.
Oh, yeah?
And she's like, I really didn't want to, but I didn't know what else to do, Mary. You know?
That's a good egg.
Yeah. So then
Wow.
That's a
Take one for the team.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow,
She's
wow.
like, it was funny. She got done. She takes off running out of the room.
It was either check my email downstairs or, what the hell.
I already read the paper.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends like that. They're like, well, I didn't know what else. Or the best is like my friend Tawny's not really in. Well, now she's dating a black guy, but she wasn't into him. And so whenever we hang out with groups of NBA players and their friends, they'd all be up on her, and but I knew she was so drunk after she's laying there. I knew she didn't want to do it with them. So I'd have to step in. They'd always be like, cock blocker, cock blocker. That was my nickname with a lot of the
She's
black
going
guys.
out with a black guy now?
Now she is. But she calls him white because he's a lawyer and talks white. But, you know.
But he's a black guy?
I'm just happy. I mean, I feel like...
Does he mind that she
I
does
just
porn
know-
or no?
No, I don't think so. He wants to manage her. He wants to manage me too. I think this is someone who wants to take some of our money who can't really do anything for us.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those people out there like, I can manage you. You're getting ripped off here and here. Let me take over.
Why can't I meet a girl in the business to date? I'd be a fine boyfriend. I'm a
Really?
nice guy. Yeah, I'm a good egg.
I think you could, honestly.
Yeah, maybe.
Tawny.
Nah, she's too messed up for me.
She's so
Does she
funny.
really have to leave?
Well, you know what it is? I think we have, we're doing, I mean, I don't mind staying. You guys are fun. I think I should be permanent on the show.
You do really good radio, I must say.
That's what,
you really do.
I know.
Where are you going now?
I'm on Daily Show.
Daily Show?
Yeah. I came off the train, so I don't really have to go wash my hair. It's kind of nappy because it's all hairsprayed and I was in those.
Well, if you stay, one of us will have sex with you for your birthday.
Really, birthday cock?
Yeah.
Can you put a bow on your dick? I want to open up a wrap for birthday. No, I'm excited. All my friends from high school actually. They all live up here. 2 of them are in law school. One's in works at Smith Barney. So it should be fun. You know what I mean? Because they're normal girls.
How many guys in high school that probably that maybe you hooked up with a guy in high school that can just look at you now on film and go, I used to hook up with that.
It's funny. I get all these emails from them all the time. All the guys from high school.
Really?
Yeah. I went to Pinecrest Prep School in Florida. If you go to Friendster.com, they have I just plugged them. That was nice of me. If you look at Pinecrest, they have our favorite movies. It's like Mary Carey Rules. All my movies listed and. They're great. I love all those guys. Yeah, I think it's unfair. Some of these guys I date are losers. It's not really fair now that they get to tell people they had sex with me. It makes me mad. Or a lot of them will call me because I haven't changed my number since I was 18. Mm-hmm. So I'll get these weird phone calls from guys that knew me then, and it's just.
I'm sorry I pulled your hair.
No, I met this one who was really weird. I dated when I was 16. And I hung out with him last time I was up here. I'm like, oh yeah, let's get together. He seemed normal in the emails. He's like, he had a great job, a lot of money. He's weird. He knew my diary entries. He was like, so Tommy, I read that today you did this, and yesterday you were with Mary here. And I'm like, he knew everything.
Oh, wow. A little weird.
So creepy, right?
Yeah, and he just kept telling me, how he was weird. We ended up ditching him at a club. We're like,
you should get a rapier and keep it in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's a rapier?
All right.
Sword.
They're making all sorts
of... Oh, you guys were talking about that earlier, right?
Yeah, we bring it all right
G.
back.
Gordon Libby, and he taught us how to kill people with a pencil.
Who?
G. Gordon Libby.
Oh, that's
G. Gordon Libby.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
he was the soup guy.
I did his radio show. He asked me for a password to my website.
That's nothing. Master Poe could teach you how to kill someone with a piece of paper. That's
really?
Right. Yes, he showed us one day.
G. Gordon Libby.
We're upset that you have to leave, though.
They're making gestures like crazy outside the door.
I don't want to go. I'm staying.
What's the matter, Steve?
I'm staying.
Yeah, she's got to
handcuff me to the mic. I'm having fun.
You want to just come back
but
tomorrow?
They have birthday cock.
Hey, when are you leaving town?
Tomorrow at 9:34.
In the morning?
9:54. But I'm flying first class, so I can go an hour early.
So why don't you leave later? Come here in the morning real quick.
Yeah,
bring it by in the morning.
Can I go in the morning?
The guy with a kick-ass shirt's telling you have to leave.
He's my boss. This is the first time I've been sober on here. Remember, I've been stoned once.
Yeah.
I've been drunk.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm sober. Tomorrow I should come doing coke.
Yeah.
A little coke buzz.
That'd
nice.
be really fun. You think I talk fast now?
That's what I was going to say.
No, I'm just naturally like this.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought you were Mark. You sound like Mark.
Next time, could you bring us some of Mary's movies? We're big fans.
Well,
didn't Jeff hook you up with that?
No,
Jeff
no.
didn't.
I love
that Jeff up.
All right, listen. We're going to take a break, Anthony. Mary Carey, always a pleasure.
Mary.
We'll talk to you
That's
soon.
Crazy, that girl getting killed.
When we get back, we're going to talk to Chris and Dugout Doug. They both have effed a pocket pussy.
Oh.
Because I want to see what you do to, liven it up a little bit. Do you just
good.
hold the thing, or do you build some kind of woman around it?
Sounds good.
We'll get the answer next. Boobs always bring this show to a halt. Oh, screeching halt.
It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Whip 'em Out Wednesday. Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Oh, this is fantastic. This is beautiful. Whip 'em Out Wednesday. Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Those are real. How about the woman that took her shirt off?
Ah, yeah. Sexy girls, sexy girls.
You have sorry girl show boobs. I see boobs.
Yes.
He just got wowed.
Wow. Hey.
It was amazing.
That's nice. Opie and Anthony.
Hey, yeah.
It's world renowned.
It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Those are real.
Cancel your appointment.
It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
Baby. Yep. Taking me fun for a little bit. All right, let's set the scene here. It's the Opie and Anthony program. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. Jim Norton, of course, and Adam Ferrara.
Hello, folks.
Always a pleasure, Adam. Adam's going to be at the Funny Bone
in Columbus.
Starting
Ohio.
tomorrow night through the weekend. And that's it. No more plugs. We got to help out Adam.
Fine. Tomorrow through the weekend.
And then we'll talk about Jimmy's plug later, and I are doing something tomorrow. We'll get it all in before the end of the show. All right, let's say hi to Chris. He effed a pocket pussy.
Ooh.
Chris, what's going on? Walk us through this.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hi.
Jimmy, love you on Leno. Opie and Anthony, all great. Adam Ferrari, you're a funny son of a bitch.
Thanks, pal.
To the pocket pussy. I'm a truck driver now, but I used to work on the towboats on the barges. And I was on my way to meet the boat, or maybe on my way back, don't remember. Stopped at an old bookstore like I always do. And I've been curious about it for a while, so I got this big thing. It was probably about 6 or 7 inches long, just a big block of latex. But on the front, it had it wasn't modeled after anybody. It was just a generic pussy. And the opening was maybe half the size of a dime, but it was latex, so it was super stretchy. And you just lube it up, and I would just kind of hold it like a jack-off sleeve, like a jerk sleeve. I kind of use it like that.
What would you do besides avoid mirrors where you could catch your own reflection?
Actually, I stand in a mirror to enhance it because I'm not a chauvinist, but an exhibitionist and a voyeur all at the same time. I've got a belly like Jimmy, but I come close to the Coke can cock that Mary was talking about. More like a Red Bull, but close. And I like.
Sure. Go ahead.
But when I would fuck this thing, I don't know what it was about it, but I would come more and harder and further, and it was open end, so it would shoot out the other end, so you have to be careful of that. And I fucked some hot women, and good sex. I've gone, periods of time, like a couple weeks without coming. 2 times in a row, I could almost fuck this thing and like do a Jimmy shot. Like across the room. I don't know what it was about it.
He loves his little sleeve.
But
I don't have it anymore. Go ahead.
Did you build a woman around it though, or you just hold the thing?
No, not really, man. Imagination, a magazine or something, or a movie. If I had
It's like jacking with something else in your hand, is what it is. So you jack it.
All
He's
right.
not like putting it in the crack of the couch
That's
or
what I'm
something and
thinking.
then humping it.
I'm thinking you might want to build some kind of form.
Yeah.
Give him time.
All right, Chris, thank you. Let's go to Dugout Doug from whackbag.com. Doug, what's up?
That guy is a non-creative ass.
Ooh. All right, what should you do?
What you got to do is, in 5 years of marriage, I went through 3 of these things. Because the cunt never wanted to fuck anymore. Before I thought, of course, it would be a good idea at the end of the 5 years to go ahead and start banging somebody else. But that's besides the point. I had a sleeve as my original one. You don't understand the shame you feel in yourself when you go through the whole process of putting this thing in between a pillow and folding it in half, taking a belt and strapping it tight so it stays secure.
Oh, no.
Putting it on, okay? Here's the good kicker, though, because I like when a girl's on top. Taking an additional belt and strapping it around my back to the top of the pillow so it stays secure so I can pump upwards into it.
Wow. That is a lot of preparation. And it's not so much preparing it as it is taking it apart. When you're preparing it, you're all worked up because you're going to be jacking.
Yeah.
But if you, but once you finish up, now you're stuck with this thing strapped to you.
Yeah, there I am with a belt around my waist.
Hoping that isn't the moment you have that embolism.
Hoping your wife doesn't come home, so you have to explain why she won't fuck you.
As you lose sperm, you lose your self-esteem at the same time. Like, what
spouting
the fuck
dignity
is wrong with me?
Right after you come, oh God, please just help me.
Take me
I
now.
had another sleeve that was a little thicker.
Yeah.
That also allowed me to do some good doggy at times. I would actually put it between the box spring and the mattress.
Uh-huh.
So it would stay secure, point myself towards the porno video, and start jamming into my mattress.
Doug, why don't you just do something with more dignity, like molest a kid?
Well, I did. I started seeing somebody else. But then I had an actual one, like I think Mary Carey has, which is the actual model of the pussy. Right. It looks like you took a knife and just dug it into her belly button and cut all around it below her asshole.
Right.
And a little flap of latex.
Yeah.
That was good to just throw on the sink and just look at yourself in the mirror and bang and pretend that you were banging somebody
I'm the
else.
last thing I want to see when I'm coming.
Yeah, you don't want to look at yourself.
is you can actually look down into that and really get turned on by the fact that you're actually watching your dick going in and out of a nice-shaped pussy.
Jesus.
Really?
No, I couldn't.
All right, Doug, I'm going to save you. I'm going to hang up before you admit anything else here today.
Too late.
Have them ask Doug about how his ex-wife claimed he worked for the O&A show during their child custody hearing, claiming he was an important part of the show, running sticker stops and creating song parodies.
Apparently somebody that she knows has heard me on the phone, on the show,
Yeah.
doing, the stupid shit that I attempt to do to try to get a laugh out of somebody in this country.
Yeah.
Right.
And told her about it. And right before my trial date, I got a letter from her attorney asking for my wages from XM Satellite Radio.
Really?
Saying that I'm on this show, they've played, some of the stuff that I've done, and regularly my voice is over their airways, and she wanted that to count against my child support wages.
Great. Don't you love it?
They don't bring up the fact that you were humping furniture.
You can't even have fun on the radio without some broad and her lawyer trying to stick their fingers in.
Exactly. I had the same problem during my divorce. They wanted all kinds of records as far as my radio career and how much money I made.
This isn't even a radio career. I fall in and make an ass of myself for the splendor of you guys.
Exactly.
Well, my girl leaves me. She's going to get 6 notebooks full of dick jokes and a couple of albums. That's about it.
Yeah, I got nothing to take either. I don't want tranny porn. Well, then you get nothing.
That's it.
You think you got nothing until push comes to shove, and then you realize, oh, I do have something.
My God.
And now it's gone.
I thought those fillings were mine.
Let's go to
Don't
Scott.
try to hide it up your ass, because they'll dig in there, too. Find whatever's up there.
Richard Pryor had a great bit about fucking you're in court and your wife is crying and the judge was crying. He goes, "Oh, nigga, we want everything." He goes, "Do you have any dreams? We want them too." Oh, Pryor was funny.
The
judges crying. Yeah. Oh, the judge started crying.
Oh, that's great.
You know Phil Tagg?
Yeah.
He's going through his divorce. He's also turned 40. He had to go for the scope test.
Oh.
He calls me because I went for the scope test and they found something. I go, what? My ex-wife's attorney was up my ass.
Phil.
All right. You want to hear more about this stuff, Scott? How to make a prison pussy? What's up, Scott?
Yeah. Opie, Anthony, Adam. What's up, Big Dick Daddy?
Hi.
I work in a prison over in Jersey here.
Oh, yeah?
And the inmates make prison pussy. It's take 2 rubber gloves, fill them both with water like water balloons, tie the wrists together, tie the fingers together, and there you go.
Jesus.
A little warm sensation for the evening at lockdown.
Oh, so it's it's the palms of 2 gloves because the wrist and the fingers are tied together, and it kind of makes like a...
You got it.
I thought prison pussy was like a new guy with a goatee.
That's exactly what prison pussy is.
Hey.
Oh, God. They want to kiss you.
We heard another story about how to make a prison pussy with the towel and saran wrap or something.
Hold on, I'm getting a pen. Go ahead.
You take a towel and you take saran wrap and you put the saran wrap in the towel and then you roll the towel up real tight and put rubber bands around it and then kind of open up the bottom and now you have a tightly wrapped towel that's lined with saran wrap. And, of course, you leave some of the saran wrap hanging out one side so you can fold it up over the roll of the towel and then rubber band it. And then
I think they
stick it
threw
in.
some lotion or something.
Yeah,
in
you
there
put
to
some
give
lotion in there, whatever.
Give you some goodness.
A little Vaseline intensive care lotion.
Jesus.
Or you could just grind up a chapstick if that's all you have.
Yeah. Hey, moving on. There's so much more we didn't cover yet today. The Shaq clip. Have you heard the Shaq clip yet, Anthony?
Was that what we listened to earlier?
Mary Carey saying he had a little dick.
Well, Phil Jackson re-signed with the Lakers. It's a big story as far as the NBA goes, but it was very obvious he was going to re-sign with the Lakers because he's going out with the boss's daughter. Or actually, she even is more in control of the team than her father.
I thought she was dodging him.
But there was speculation he was going everywhere else, and but it was obvious he was going to just re-sign with the Lakers.
What reason did he give for leaving?
I think he was forced out, right? I think he was forced out.
The stupid Lakers. How do you lose Shaq for Kobe? Shaq, look, say what you want about Shaq. The guy has been a dominant player. He's bad with free throws. He never gets bad press. The guy's never a problem in the locker room. He's never a problem at all. He's a good guy. Everybody likes him. He's a great player. Why do you let Shaq go?
Well, there's a conflict between Kobe and Shaq. Kobe's the younger guy, I guess. So they're basically saying, well, it's Kobe's
Shaq
team.
wanted to leave.
So, Shaq because he couldn't stand Kobe anymore.
Kobe's
so
a selfish asshole.
at one point, they basically said, all right, it's Kobe's team, so we got to make him happy, so they got rid of Shaq, and Kobe wasn't into the Phil Jackson as well. That's how I'm hearing it. And then, obviously, the Lakers just stunk up the joint this year and lost all, and Kobe lost all his his power there, and now they're pretty much telling him, shut up, this is what's going to happen. Phil's coming back, right?
He's a selfish baby.
Is that pretty much it, Ben, more or less?
I hate Kobe, too. He's a total dick.
Yeah, I used to be a Laker fan, dude. I could care less about the Shaq-Kobe teams. I like James Worthy and Magic and those guys. I kind of stopped liking them after Kareem left.
Well, listen to this clip. They were talking to Shaq, I guess, on ESPN. And listen what Shaq had to say. They basically asked him about Kobe. They played together, obviously, for what? Four or 5 years, won 3 championships, Yeah,
and they were in the finals a couple more times. He's a dick. Kobe's a dick. He forces the best player out and the best coach.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Who's it? Jerry West?
Yeah.
He's the dummy. Kobe's a great player, but you don't lose Shaq and Phil Jackson for Kobe.
No, West
sorry.
West moved on. He's
no, he's still there, isn't he?
I don't know.
He's with the Memphis, I think, or whatever.
Oh.
Is there a team in Memphis? A new team?
Jerry Buss, one of the Busses.
The Memphis. I have no idea.
Graceland.
Not a clue.
All right, here we go. Here's that's
the Memphis die on the toilets.
That's the beauty of this show. We spew all this stuff that is fact half the
It's
time.
just
we don't even know.
We really are idiots.
I really don't know why Phil Jackson's back.
No
in the
idea.
team. I'm just
I know Kobe pushed him out.
That's what's the beauty of doing a talk show. It's got to be right. They're saying it.
Zero accountability on our part.
Oh yeah,
we don't
Kobe
care.
may have requested him back. We don't know. He might have said, "I really miss Phil."
Right.
Fucking
right. That's what I love about any talk show you listen to. You're like, how does that guy know?
Oh, the news shows do the same thing we're doing here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the pundits, they speculate, and people go, oh, well, did you hear on the news?
Who does? It's
Who does?
The pundits?
The pundits do.
Yeah.
Cool.
What did I say?
The pundits.
It's not a pundit?
No.
What is it?
It's a pundit.
Pundit?
Pundit with a T.
We all learned something new on this
from
program.
G. Gordon Libby.
Let me see. You're absolutely sure?
Yes.
You've been saying
it's just
pundit
his
for
opinion.
years.
No, it's not a pundit.
Sorry. Don't be doing so defensive about it.
No, I'm not.
No, it isn't.
I can finally be right.
You are right.
Jesus, let's all chill down.
What?
Chill down. What?
Pundit.
What is Dave Douglas doing here?
Pundit.
Good visual for the Boston crew around here. All right, here we go.
You get it?
I stink.
Pundit, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I would never put in that.
I
in there.
hope I didn't use that word too much in life.
Pundit?
Since I could talk. You know? You look at a word and you're like, I've been using that since I think I was maybe 8 years old. There you go.
Nobody stopped me up till now.
All right, here we go. Here's what Shaq had to say about Kobe. Listen to this. This is why I love Shaq.
So happy.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Listen to this.
Do you ever see the day that it would be possible for you to sit down, have a talk with Kobe Bryant?
Who?
Kobe Bryant.
You know what? I'm not familiar with that name. I know a lot of names and I have a lot of names in my head, but I'm not familiar with that name, especially if there's nothing to talk about. I'm sorry. I can't recall that name.
So it sounds like no conversations coming soon.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, great! Isn't
that
what
awesome? A smartass.
Good for him.
And there's the chick reporter. You know, she's like, she's like, oh no, he's giving me one of these answers. Oh,
He hates Kobe, obviously.
Oh shit!
You knew. I think it was maybe I think Colin that raised the point. When he was we were talking on Tough Crowd and Colin was talking about when none of his players would come to his defense. They were all like, look. We don't know. I'm sure the facts will come out. Like, nobody would actually run up and go, Kobe didn't do this when he was accused of rape. His teammates were all going, hey, I mean, we'll see what happens in court.
Right.
When NBA players were all going, hey, look, let the justice system decide. They wanted to see him hung.
Oh, man.
He is a selfish... How do you have Shaq hate you? The guy has one of the best reputations in basketball. Everybody likes this guy.
And he's a great player. They went to the finals. They won 3 championships.
His free throwing stinks, but you know what? He makes up for it. He's a dominant player, man. A dominant player.
Hey, we got the Phil Jackson audio because there's a clip here. Clip 4. Jackson was asked if he's talked with Kobe Bryant to mend fences about some critical remarks he made about the Lakers star in his book.
And Jackson said, who?
Yeah, because Jackson pretty much trashed Kobe in his book, and
Good.
now he's coaching the Lakers again. Let's hear this clip.
I think it's a matter of trust and a matter of rebuilding the trust that we've had. And yes, I have talked to Kobe, and he called me this morning and congratulated me on the job. And I felt confident that he's confident that we can go forward.
Kobe has no choice. He stunk without Shaq.
Oh, he was awful.
They didn't even make the playoffs.
No, they were terrible. And I was kind of glad to see it. That's what happens when you get rid of a guy like Shaq for a fucking prima donna like that. Good.
I guess there's no more.
But is anyone watching the NBA Finals? Does anyone even care? You're a big basketball fan, Hope. Have you even watched any of the games?
No, I haven't. I think the Pistons are up, right?
No.
I can't stand how long
the Spurs are up?
season is.
I swear to God, I would have bet like
forever.
hundreds of dollars that it was the Pistons.
Spurs are up 2-1. Detroit won last night.
Oh, okay. I really don't know. I haven't watched...
exactly. Nobody even cares. If Miami was in it, I think it would have been more excitement because of Shaq.
Oh, yeah, just because everyone was happy to see him do good without that baby.
Well, we got a quick clip.
You don't want Detroit winning, though, right? Isn't that what, like...
Dude,
of course you want Detroit winning!
I mean, from a law enforcement point of view?
Yeah, I mean, home invasions will happen if Detroit wins.
Oh, please, cops are rooting for Utah every year.
That footage is great every year.
Oh, Detroit. Yeah!
It's fun when it's not you, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
When you see those cars upside down burning with some animal jumping up and down on top of it. I can't get enough of that footage.
You can't tell if it's a car or luggage.
It's all right. Jesus.
I
kept it vague, my God.
Me too.
Yeah, sure you did.
Me too. I like to take vacations.
Kept what vague?
Exactly.
See how vague I keep it?
Exactly. I'm just trying to be a pundit about what's going on.
Shut up. That's the key to radio. Just keep everything vague, kids. Just keep it vague. A quick clip, Anthony.
Vague-y. I like keeping things vague-y.
A quick clip here. Virginia Graham. Anyone know who Virginia Graham is?
Yes, but I don't want to spoil it.
She was a dancer, wasn't she? I was
Virginia Graham.
She was the son of a cracker mogul.
Graham.
I think she worked. No? I think she was one of these. Well, we know the clip, but she obviously worked
Invented a cracker?
She obviously worked with Mike Wallace.
I just did a cracker joke that bombed.
You did?
Yeah, I said she was the daughter of a cracker mogul.
I didn't even listen to you.
That's how badly we listened. My cracker
pile-up on the cracker highway.
My cracker joke bombed, then he leaped into the cracker pool.
You know what?
That was like you stuck your head up and got shot, and I just went, "What happened?" And shot my head up.
You know,
I'm an idiot.
I got to point out, ever since we acknowledge that we don't listen to each other, it makes listening to the replay so much fucking fun.
I can't wait to hear me bomb with the same cracker joke.
But I might have even said she was the son of a cracker mogul. Mine might have bombed on every level, but it just got. Not only did it bomb, nobody acknowledged that a person had spoken.
I wasn't listening to you. I would have laughed at that, obviously, because I felt enough confidence in the cracker joke to use it myself.
I will say again, because no one was listening. Now that we acknowledge that we're horrendous listeners here.
I think it makes it more fun to listen to the replay.
Right, you were listening. It really is a lot of fun, though. You're
wow.
Like, holy crap.
That is something.
Sometimes I'll listen to the replays and go, why are they playing best stuff? I don't remember this today.
Yeah, I don't remember this at all.
All right.
It's the way it is, though. Just idiots who are just like, that's the way friends are. You hang out and you fucking basically acknowledge the other moron until it's your turn to talk.
Right.
That's the way we live.
Just nod your head and wait for your
and think of your shit.
Yeah. All right, here's Virginia Graham, Anthony. She worked with Mike Wallace, I guess as part of the 60 Minutes program, I'm assuming. And she had to do some kind of feature where she read a letter or something, and she just starts laughing uncontrollably.
Right.
I love these little inside clips that never air, unfortunately.
Today's beauty expert, Richard Willis.
From Washington, Esther Van Wagoner Tufte, and we'll be listening to the tales and fables of Helen Hayes. And now, Virginia Graham answers her mail.
Today's letter is from Miss C.S., and Mrs. C.S. has a problem with her husband. He hasn't been coming home at night and giving her the marital devotion that she feels is necessary. She has lived with him for several years, and she feels that this is an indication of perhaps a sterility or a desire to have love. Now listen, Mike Wallace, you son of a bitch, you have been doing this too long. I have got to explain to you, ladies and gentlemen, that he was an impossible person and has been making me laugh. on the air, and I have promised that I wouldn't do it anymore.
Virginia,
So
dear,
yes,
I'll take care of it. We're going to take a cutaway now, and then we'll come back in just a moment.
No, I will continue. And I'll continue talking. Now, I'm very sorry. I think maybe we ought to go to music, and I'll come back and I'll do my last part later. These are one of the things, where a person gets hysterics on the air, and you'll just have to...
It is a natural impulse to grab and squeeze the breasts.
No shit.
It's real soft. Almost like pudding.
Yes. A hard piece of ass.
Quite a handful.
Yeah.
The nipples are so sensitive that a mere tweak between finger and thumb will give a perfectly good result.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
In case you didn't know.
All right. Derek's trying to find that whole cracker thing.
Oh, I know. It's so goddamn funny when it happens now. Just Jimmy says the line, I did not hear a word of it, and I come out with the same joke and just fail miserably right behind him. Jimmy goes, I drive into a ditch, and you drive into the ditch to help me. Just fall right in it.
Derek's finding the clip, Jimmy.
Oh, good.
Jimmy's walking back in here.
Dude, that break's over already.
Awful. I was looking, when you said who's Virginia Graham, the whole process that happens on this show is you're thinking of a line. You're trying to come up with something entertaining and funny.
Graham Cracker.
So I'm thinking, I don't know, every Graham reference came in my head. Heather Graham, I'm thinking.
Billy Graham.
Something, right. So trying to think. And the only reference that really I thought could have any comedic value whatsoever was the Graham Cracker. The funny little cracker. The Graham Cracker. And I was, as I'm thinking of this, I don't hear anything around me. So that's when Jimmy said his Graham Cracker joke.
All right, at this point, I got to confess something. I didn't hear either cracker joke,
which would have been killer if you came up with a Graham Cracker joke.
I didn't even hear either one because I was too busy doing something myself.
I was reading the paper.
Right, I had no idea.
That would be the ultimate.
I'm going to hear this for the first time.
All three of us come up with the same joke because none of us were listening to each other.
Well, I hate we say the same joke. How about if one of us had come up with one joke?
How about one joke that was funny?
Instead of a bunch of Graham Cracker obvious statements. The fucking Jesus
horrible.
Christ, are we fucking the most obvious
Fucking
Graham
hack.
Cracker?
Horrible hacks.
We're all trying to be on the Tonight Show with Jimmy.
Yeah,
Right.
you know how it is. You're sitting there with Jay,
All
chit-chatting and laughing.
Yeah.
Hobnobbing.
Yeah, 2 out of 4 in the studio understand that.
Oh, that's right.
2 out of 4.
Yeah. Oh, Adam Farrar was on.
He's done a few Tonight Shows. How many have you done?
Jay Leno's Tonight Show as well.
I've done 2.
Oh, we've each done 2. Oh. Looks like it's a race to the third.
Did you see our appearance on Bravo, Adam?
No, you
won't.
What Bravo were you
Now
on?
that's a show.
We're not going down that
Hold
road
on,
yet.
come on.
No, it's okay.
Oh,
Derek is ready. Derek's ready. Sorry.
Let's give a listen to the. I want to hear Jimmy's Graham Cracker
it's a
joke now.
classic.
Did we back up to the setup and everything? All right, yeah, I have confidence in Derek. Roll the tape, Derek. A quick clip here. Virginia Graham. Anyone know who Virginia Graham is?
Yes, but I don't want to spoil it.
She was a dancer, wasn't she? I was
Virginia Graham.
She was the son of a cracker mogul.
Graham.
I think she worked.
No?
I think she was one of these.
The son.
Well, we know the clip. But she obviously worked
Invented a cracker.
with. Obviously worked with Mike. There it is. We're back live.
Jesus Christ! I got the gender wrong. You asshole.
But you know what else is funny? You were
son of a cracker
You were
mogul.
thinking out loud. You're mumbling.
I'm like, yeah, Virginia Graham Cracker.
Somebody needs a Graham.
I didn't even try to put it in a funny context. Graham Cracker. What is cracker? Like, at least Jimmy tried to throw in the word mogul, which is always funny. You know, the word mogul. And then the son of a cracker mogul.
No one, I've made that mistake many times before, even in jokes. Whoops. A little gender error.
Oops. That's really funny.
Big cracker daddy.
God damn, did we stink right there.
That was an awful moment.
Another thing we could do, we're stalling because Morgan Spurlock is supposed to be calling the program today. Anyone know who Morgan Spurlock is?
Let's think. Morgan Spurlock?
The daughter of...
He's the guy that invented a little gizmo that kept the Spurs from jingling and jangling.
Yeah.
The Spurlock. Everyone knows. You lock him down.
That's
right. Graham Cracker?
He's the Super Size Me guy.
Right.
I mean, he's got a new show called 30 Days, which sounds like it could be really, really cool. So we'll talk to him when he calls, any minute, it looks like. But, Anthony, we were talking about the Bernie and Phil commercials in Boston.
That's right, Phil.
Yesterday. Adam, you know about Bernie and Phil?
No, tell me about Bernie and Phil.
Bernie and Phil, they're up in Boston. They sell furniture. It's a furniture store. And I think every city in this country has their wacky furniture store people. We got one down here. They come on late at night and hawk their furniture and talk about how they've ordered too much inventory.
Yeah, we
like
screwed up
Phil was
again.
saying. Yeah. And all their commercials are wacky. Well, this is Bernie and Phil. They're from Boston. And Bernie is the guy. Phil is, I guess, Phyllis is his wife. And they do the commercials together. They're just two old Boston people. And Bernie's Boston accent is worse than Maya Menino's. He can't talk like he's normal. And we've always found it very entertaining.
Yeah, we're trying to find the better commercials. So far, this is what we've come up with. So you get the idea. Listen to this.
We're here at Bernie and Phil's to check out the new Brookline Comfort Gallery.
Oh, shit.
Brookline quality at our comfortable prices.
This one's great for my back, Phil.
Are you happy with the selection? You have so many great styles and innovations, it's hard to decide.
It's Brookline. If anyone deserves it, you do.
Let's see how Bernie's liking his chair. We're going to have to get back to him later.
He's sleeping. See, that's the joke. Let's see how Bernie likes his chair. I love my new couch. I shove my pocket pussy in between the cushions.
Hey, Bernie, you want me to suck your cock?
You know, that's
Bernie's asleep on the couch.
Put the belt around my ass.
Strap it in.
I queued up the wrong one there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Who was the English chick? Didn't she
I don't know. She's new to the mix.
She's just the announcer, and then you got
the Orbit's gum chick.
Then you got the husband and wife team.
Fabulous.
Here's the one where Bernie talks a lot more. I'm sorry.
32, 33.
Instead of counting sheep,
33. Oh, was that 34?
why not visit Bernie and Phil's and count our huge selection of mattresses?
Posturepedic, Stearns and Foster,
All
Bassett,
at the guaranteed lowest prices
Pillow
around.
Top, Plush, Extra, Firm. Boy, this is making me tired.
Okay, you've got the idea.
Oh. 34, 35, Posturepedic, Stearns and Foster, Pillow Top. Where does that accent come from? Holy
He's not using his breath properly.
34. Hey, Phil. God damn. And they're just a couple of old relics, too. They should not be doing their own commercials. And they've been doing it for years.
Yeah, that's it.
Phil is just the worst.
That's a bit in progress. We're going to have to say cut there on that one for now.
Can I ask you a question? This might sound like a little off the subject.
Yeah.
Why is Joel Rifkin in the office? That's a real visual. But there's a really creepy-looking fellow around.
I had a visual about that same guy about 20 minutes ago
What'd
that
you
no
say?
one heard.
What'd you say?
What did you say?
It was
Joel
for the
Rifkin?
No, it was for the Boston people. I said, why is Dave Douglas walking
Oh,
through
Dave
the
Douglas.
XM Studios?
I don't know what Dave Douglas looks like.
I know. Then
Like that.
Then I said that's a visual for the Boston people.
Oh.
Morgan!
Hey, guys.
Morgan
Oh, there he
Spurlock,
is.
everyone, from
Hi.
Super Size Me.
Hey, Morgan.
Morgan, we kind of go back a few years with you.
Way back.
We used to do a show called I Bet You Will, right?
That's correct.
And you came in and helped us out. We had a lot of fun with you back in the day.
We did.
And I got to tell you, then a few years go by, and I went and saw Super Size Me, and I'm like, how do I know this guy? It was really freaking me out for a while, and then it finally hit. But congratulations on the success of that movie.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Saw you at the Oscars, and I'm thinking, my God, that guy was in studio with us.
Hobnobbing
Hobnobbing.
with celebrities.
Congratulations to you guys, too.
For
I'm
being.
glad you guys are back.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, man.
We had to take about 2 years off. It kind of sucked.
Well, it was
but,
good, but we missed you. I'm glad you're back.
So I got to start with Super Size Me. I have to say, I think you were cheating when the cameras were off. I think you were cheating.
Cheating how?
I thought, I mean, obviously the concept was great. You were going to eat McDonald's, nothing but McDonald's 3 times a day, live off of McDonald's, and your cholesterol went through the roof. You gained, what, 30, 40 pounds?
I gained 24.5 pounds.
24 pounds in a month, and you damaged your liver. And I was thinking, I'm like, you know what? I mean, obviously the guy's trying to make a point here. I'm thinking that he's shoving a lot more McDonald's in him when the cameras weren't rolling.
No, I mean, we shot basically everything I ate. Over the course.
Oh, I know you were eating like a pig. It was hilarious. But I'm thinking, sneaking another shake here or there when the cameras weren't rolling.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was eating, everything, and anything I ever bought from there. It was anytime I got hungry, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, desserts, anytime, everything came from McDonald's. So what you saw was what you got.
Have you eaten it since?
I have not. Because for me, see, I love a good burger, and for me, a good burger just doesn't come from any of those fast food restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gained like about 25 pounds after a month, and it took 14 months to lose it?
To get it all off. The last 4.5 pounds, it took me 9 months to get off. Those are like the yo-yo pounds.
Yeah.
Where I'd lose 1, gain 2, lose 3, gain 4. It was up and down and up and down. And I didn't realize it until the doctor told me that, when you lose weight, those fat cells that are in your body, they never go away. So you're basically screwed with these little skinny fat cells that are just sitting there waiting to get fat again.
Wow, really?
Yeah. So anytime you overeat, those fat cells will just store the fat right away. So I mean, even to this day, I can put on 3-4 pounds, in a weekend if I don't think about it.
You got to have them lipoed out or something.
That explains
a
lot.
You have to get rid of them. Or if you stay one weight, for like I think it's like between 5 and 7 years is the lifespan of a fat cell.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
So you can get them lipoed out?
You can get them sucked out, yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
Oh, Jimmy.
Suck them out.
And what was the worst thing you ate at McDonald's? I think I read that in an interview somewhere.
I think it's got to be those terrible little square fish sandwiches, dude.
Just awful,
the fillet of fish?
I don't know where they catch those little square fish, but they're terrible.
They go to pet stores.
How about did you get I know it's limited, but the McRib? Remember the McRib?
I mean, the thing is, what you got to love about the McRib is they just grind up this pork mush and then press it into rib shapes.
Yeah, so it looks like there was a bone in there.
Yeah, because basically those black stripes for the bone are like almost painted on there.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
What would you say the best thing you ate from McDonald's was?
Oh, I mean, the Big Macs are the best.
Yeah.
I mean, to this day, if I smell a Big Mac, my mouth will start watering like Pavlov's dog.
Really?
Your fat cells start dancing.
You know what I can't stand? Those goddamn chicken McNuggets.
Oh, those things are awful.
It's like chicken McCartilage.
The deep-fried pigeon?
Yeah, they'd be like, you bite into it. You would have to put the whole thing in your mouth, because if you bit into it, you were forced to then look into the bite and see things that were not chicken.
Yeah.
It was like swirls of meat and stuff were going on.
There's nothing organic in there.
Yeah, it's because they just grind it up and squish out these shaped McNugget things and then fry them.
A friend of mine bit into one time, and it basically just like this little white, almost like pus bubble thing exploded into his mouth and on his face when he bit into it.
Oh.
Yeah. And so he was done after that. Yeah.
Well, you got a new show on FX, and I like the concept of this. It's called 30 Days. Do you want to explain it really fast? What it's about?
Yeah, the show does a good job of looking at like serious issues, things that I think are front page news, very topical in America today, in a way that's entertaining and fun, much like Super Size Me was. We want to create a show where somebody will kind of walk a mile in someone else's shoes, kind of see the world through somebody else's eyes. And on tonight's episode, it premieres tonight on FX at 10 o'clock. My girlfriend, my fiance actually now, and I moved to Columbus, Ohio, and we asked the question, what's it like to live on minimum wage in America? And so for 30 days, she and I moved there, and we try to do what millions of Americans do every day, which is basically you get a job, try and pay the rent, and just survive.
And you didn't have access to your ATM account or any of that, right?
Nothing. We got rid of we had no credit cards, we had nothing. We went there.
Yeah, but the camera crew's going to help you out a little bit.
Oh, dude, I was stuck hitchhiking in the rain one day, so just, totally pissed off I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, guys, you can give me a ride here. And they're like, nope, keep walking.
One thing, though, and is though, you won't end up homeless, so that desperation isn't there.
Well, I mean, the desperation for us was just to still be able to pay our rents, because, with the pay our rent and pay our bills, over the course of the month, both of us ended up having to go to the hospital.
Really?
Yeah, and of course, you have no health insurance. You can't. There's no way we could afford that, and so your primary care provider becomes the emergency room.
Wow.
And so you get stuck with one of these gigantic, ridiculous bills. And so here we are, trying to figure out how are we going to pay a $1,200 medical bill.
But Morgan, you do have health insurance. You know you're acting.
But
yeah. On the 31st, you're like, all right, joke's over.
Yeah, I'll pay you on the 1st of next month when I officially have my health insurance. Well, no, I'm just.
But it's more to show. It's more.
We didn't. And what happened is after the show, we went back to the hospital.
Yeah.
You know, and after the 30 days was done, and we sat down with them. We're like, hey, can we? You know, we want to try and figure out a way to pay this off. And they said, and the cameras were there. We were still shooting it. And they said, oh, well, we can work something out in terms of a payment plan. I'm like, you mean because the camera's here, you're doing this? You know?
Right.
So you're more showing the way it is for people to live. I mean, even though you know you have health insurance, a lot of people don't. So it's still a good insight into the way it is for people who make minimum wage.
Exactly. I mean, I think that what the show does, and you know, each week we try and do this, is just to provide enough food for thought to make you take a step back and look at things a little differently.
What kind of job did you hook up with?
I mean, I had a few different jobs over the course of the month, because that's the thing is when you get a job for $5.15 an hour and suddenly you find a job where you're going to make $5.50 or $6, you're like, dude, that's 85 more cents.
Yeah.
You know, so you move on to something else. So I mean, I worked about 4 jobs over the course of the whole 30 days, where I worked as a landscaper, I worked as a contractor, not even as a contractor, but as a guy who just basically was doing like drywall in a house, painting. I worked as in like a paper factory where I was like manufacturing envelopes, putting envelopes in a box, and then I worked as a dishwasher in a restaurant.
Well, I actually. Okay. I'm sorry, I was going to ask a question. I didn't mean to do that in your ear.
My God.
I actually, I got a buddy of mine who makes minimum wage, and he was saying that a lot of times, I mean, you work, 45 or 50 hours, and he said you're trying to save your money, and all of a sudden, if something goes up, I mean, the way the government is structured with taxes and stuff like that, it's just, because minimum wage, I mean, when you add it up, I mean, sometimes,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, and that's what you see in the show tonight is, all you need is one little thing. Just when you think you're climbing out of this bottomless pit, when things are looking up, one thing comes along that just knocks you back down to the bottom.
And where did you live?
We lived in Columbus, Ohio, in this part of town called the Bottoms.
Well, if anyone in Columbus
I lived in Columbus for 6 years. Where the hell's that?
The Bottoms? It's right behind Mount Carmel Hospital, it's basically the river bottom.
Morgan, is that near the Funny Bones, the comedy club? Is that near the Funny Bones?
No, dude, I don't know.
Okay, there's the Funny Bones Comedy Club. Adam Ferrara is appearing at tonight.
I'm saying, those of you with discretionary income, you want to come out this weekend.
Yeah,
help you forget your poverty.
Tomorrow.
Hey, Morgan, the show's getting a really good review from the Daily News. Some of the future episodes. I heard somebody lives with a Muslim family that's Christian or something like that.
We asked the question, what's it like to be a Muslim in America? And so that we took this Christian from West Virginia, somebody who his idea of a Muslim is like a guy basically on a mountain with an AK-47. And we moved this guy to Dearborn, Michigan, and for 30 days he moves in with a Muslim family and basically becomes a Muslim. He dresses as a Muslim, eats as a Muslim, prays as a Muslim for 30 days, and really sees what it's like to live this way every single day in the United States. And it's pretty heavy. The transformation this guy goes through is remarkable.
Wow, and how about some of the other episodes?
One of the most talked about episodes, and I think which is going to be a really powerful show, is the binge drinking mom, who her daughter's in college at Arizona State, and the daughter is basically doing what most college kids do. She's become a girl who goes out 3, 4, 5 days a week, and really ties them on, and the mom just doesn't think she's seeing the repercussions of her actions, the impact it's having on her own life and the people around her, and so she says, listen, I'm going to show you what it's doing, and so the mother becomes a binge drinker.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does she sing Janis Joplin songs at parties?
While she's laying in the hedge out front.
Yeah.
That sounds like
she's sleeping with freshmen.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, she's banging all the frat guys.
Yeah.
All right, Morgan.
That's part of the show. Yeah.
They're telling me you have to go. No, we have to go.
No worries, man.
We have 1 minute left in the show, and